Outer Worlds, Day 2. I think I might grab something to drink. Yeah. What about this? I've got a chocolate orange winter beer that I actually opened 2 nights ago. And I forgot about. Hopefully it's still good and not too flat. It's pretty flavorful. It is a little flat. At least it tastes good. Alright. Down, 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 down. Oh. Right, Cabernet Sauvignon. I forgot to go back and see the last game I played, which iteration of Cab Stab that was. I think it was, what? Inquisition? Let me see. How many iterations have we had? We've had Dragon Age 1, 2, 3, Skyrim, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas. That's 6. Did we have a Cabernet Sauvignon in any other games? I swear there was something. D&D I was DMing, so I didn't have a cab stab in that. Maybe not. I'm just going back and looking at some of the previous games that I played on stream. Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to tally them up, see how many games I've played with this same character name. I could go to my list of completed games. Yeah, so it's like 3 Dragon Ages, Fallout New Vegas, Skyrim. Oh, Cyberpunk.
Oh, hi, apparently it has already been 12 months. Time flies when you are having fun.
Damn. I can't believe it's been a year already. That's crazy. That's mad. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. God damn. 12 months. 12 months of support. I really appreciate that. Thank you for that. How's your day going? I was just tallying up how many Cabernet Sauvignons we have, and I think this is either 8 or 9, but I'm not sure which. I am not sure how many cab stabs we've had. Whoops. Oh yeah, the controls are different from every other game. Maybe I should remap them, actually, and make them more like every other game. Like, where triangle is jump, X is interact, you know? Oh, it's the pre-config bullshit. Right click being crouch / sneak. Tactical time dilation on X? That's insane. Oh, so it's either standard or just a million different variations of slowing down time with the X button. That's wild. Boy, imagine allowing you full customization of your controls. Kiss from a rose on the brain. Oh. I just officially woke up. I think going back from COVID to work, I still have some fatigue left in me. I said a difficult week in terms of stress and all. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. I'm doing really well. Yeah. You know, today is Friday, so it's Callista's one day that she goes to daycare, so, that was, you know, a little time off for me, ran some D&D, and picked her up, and pretty much every Friday, she wants to go for sushi. So I figure, yeah, you know, once a week sushi, that's fine. That's tolerable. Woo, Outer Worlds. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just turned off your Outer. Oh nice. How deep into it are you? I'm like just starting. Found one left hand severed at the wrist. Some bone damage. People, this is our second degloving in as many months. Please exercise caution and safety around machinery. Maintenance fees will be deducted from your pay. It's so dark. All these like signs around that say like, is this only you can protect fourth quarter profits? Overtime may result in higher pay if the quality is considered exemplary. Your employer has the right to dock your pay should you damage any facilities or equipment. It is your responsibility, not your employer's, to avoid workspace hazards. You platinumed! Holy shit! Tip back in for the DLC. Right. I forgot that you'd already played it. Didn't know you'd platted it. That's wild, dude. Oh, town just opens up into this garage. What is this garage? Right, Saltuna. So this is like a packing plant. Like dark times up in here. A pretty grisly affair. Playing survivor mode or whatever it is? No, I'm just playing on regular. No, the hardest mode seems like harder than I want. I've already died a couple times actually. The first big like thank you Black Roses. I appreciate the enhancement. Yeah, the first group of like monsters I ran into kicked the shit out of me, and I realized like, oh, for like big beasts that have high damage reduction, you need like high single shot damage. So I had to use a rifle against beasts, and then I'm using my pistol against people for the most part.
You're trying to get us all in trouble.
Oops. Did I do that? Okay, so that like fucks up everything. I can't even do this quest if I steal an item. Okay, we'll reload. Just here to live my best life. Primals, yes, exactly. Yeah, right by the ship. Like the first enemies I ran into outside of the Marauders. Oh, well, I hope you're feeling better soon. Black Roses, that fucking sucks. But yeah, I certainly have nothing I can complain about. I'm doing just fine. Just fine. Just fine. It's really easy to tell which computers are unlocked from a distance. This giant fucking lock symbol on them. Of constant sorrow. You played through first time on survival. It was pretty rough since since it took me a little while to get around to advancing to a thing. Yeah, it seems like the game sort of starts out not meant for that, you know. Well, especially if you just don't know the mechanics of the game. I didn't even know it was like an RPG. I didn't know you had attributes you could change and perks and shit. Going into a game blind, I don't want to play it on the hardest fucking mode. Maybe if the survival mechanics were independent from the difficulty, maybe it would be a little bit different. Pardon me. But it's like hardest difficulty plus survival mechanics, so. Better now. Been back to work since Thursday, so sure doing a lot better. Fortunately, the Rona defo fucked with my lungs a bit. I'm constantly tired. GBH is not something new. Yeah, but that sucks. That sucks. I mean, from what I understand, basically, like, the term long COVID to describe stuff is kind of a misnomer, because it's like, it kind of implies, like, oh, some people get long COVID. Some people have, like, enduring effects, whereas it sounds like that's kind of, like, the norm for most folks. You know, you get COVID, and then you're fucking super run down for quite some time. That's why I'm really afraid of getting it. Foreman Phyllis Granger. Welcome, Phyllis Granger. On On survival, you can only save and rest in certain places, and it took some doing to be able to rest. Yeah, you can only rest on your ship or something, right? So you've got to, like, do the whole start of the game to get a ship. I've, like, encountered the ship, but it's still, I have to, like, get an engine for it, and so I've headed to town to do that, but I still don't, I guess it technically belongs to me, so maybe I could sleep in it, but I don't know. Dicked around, got exhausted, didn't have your ship yet. Rough. That's really rough. Or you're Meatloaf and you've turned into a ding-dong and then die of COVID. That's a shame. I didn't know that he died of COVID. I know nothing about his death. That sucks. Phyllis, owing to your hard work and positive attitude, I have sanctioned your access to medical treatment in the event of a contagion. As you know, the company has not provided us with enough medicine to treat every worker. I wish I could treat every member of the Spacer's Choice family who fell ill of this plague, but I cannot. Medical privileges are strictly merit-based. Please do not, under any circumstance, distribute your ration of medication to any other worker. We're all in this together. It's so crazy, this, like, dystopian capitalism fucking, like, sort of universe that it takes place in is wild. You isolate for 10 days only because in that period you stop being infectious. However, the effects definitely last a lot longer than that. So careful not to catch COVID and to make sure I'm not going out and whatever. Met a couple family members once and poof, that blows. I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, I was able to hack the thing. Tenderfoot. Personal files, last entry. Theodore buried last night. Reed asked me not to report his death in our quarterlies. Sounds fair to me. Was asked to prepare a statement or something for the other workers. Been thinking about it. Don't know what to tell them. Don't end up like Theodore. Do your work, show up, wear a smile, and you'll get your medical privileges. It's a start? So dark. So dark. Oh, it's you whose console I just finished hacking. Hi there.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Yeah, I'm definitely, yeah, concerned about the COVID. Is not on my list of shit I want to experience. I'm guessing you're the foreman.
Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you.
Gravesite fees. I'm here to collect.
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
These papers aren't signed in your name.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
Whoa. That's intense. Yeah, don't recommend. I know. Well, I'm glad you're out the other side of it. I mean, more or less, you know, you're safe at least. Sucks that you're still run down as hell. I fucking can't stand going to work when sick. That is the worst. I used to... I mean, it sucks too, because I've worked mostly customer service type jobs, and you're constantly having to go into work sick. It's just, like, ridiculous. I feel like it shouldn't be that way. I felt that way before a pandemic, and now I feel even more so like that. You have to pay for your neighbor's gravesite fees?
If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
Wait, relative? So the closest relative in some cases is neighbor, and that still counts? You have to pay for your neighbor? You said he shot himself?
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Huh. Must be tough losing family.
Eugene wasn't family.
I thought you said you were his closest living relative.
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines.
Whoa.
Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Whoa. What are they gonna do? Arrest his corpse?
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
Jesus. He was a person, not an asset.
Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite.
Yeah, it seems very harsh.
Which means
This
he
is
was
a
approved
dark
for
setting.
burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear.
It's like the...
I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
It's sort of like, what if, like, if, you know, late stage capitalism, you know, what would that look like? Like unsanctioned, like, just late stage capitalism. What would that look like
mind?
if it were the norm? I'd like to talk about
I paid
Eugene.
his burial fees.
No, can't ask her anybody anything else. Dang, the more I can talk with people, the more I can flex my skills.
Don't make me report you to Mr. Thompson.
Is there anyone in here? No. Alright. Looting time. This thing's mine and this thing's mine, and I'm gonna find more stuff. Guide to Mechanical Engineering Volume 2. What is that? Is that just like a junk item? Or is a guide like an actual thing? Huh. The Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering, Volume 2. A dense, technical primer on mechanical engineering published by Spacer's Choice. This volume describes the process of repairing and dismantling common models of automechanical workers. What is the point of it? I don't understand. Maybe it's a quest item? Like maybe someone's gonna, you know, give me a quest to have done that? To have picked that up, I should say. Makeshift low pressure suit. Okay, so what's my current suit? Whoops. So... Oh, these are identical. Except one of them is in low condition. So they both have 9 armor, but this one gives tech skills instead of just hack. Bonus to all tech skills seems a little bit better, right? Oh, except it's like, what are they called? The bandits or whatever? Ravagers or some... I forget what the term is. But the skill is kind of better, I think. All tech skills seems a little bit better, I think. Have a bonus too? Yeah, plus $5. Let's do it. Company notifications. From the office of Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. Symptoms of infection have now reached a critical mass. I've instructed our staff to transform the old domicile into a sick house. Plague is a reality of life on the frontier, and as spacers, we're expected to face up to reality. And the reality is that we do not carry enough medicine to treat all of you. Yo, Black Roses! Thank you, picking up one of my skins. I appreciate that. Grabbing an adorable little archer. Aw. I heard the sound, I was like, what is that noise? That sounds like familiar, but not common. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Medical treatment is a privilege, not a right. We must strive every day to demonstrate our worthiness of that privilege. If you find yourself suffering the symptoms of incipient plague, the best thing you can do for yourself and your family is to don your jumpers and come to work. Work fortifies the spirit. Physical illness recapitulates spiritual weariness? Wow, yeah, this is really, was this made post-pandemic? Because, this is all almost too real, you know? I ate a bunch of new skins, like a little while ago, and I'm a slut for the adorable rocks. Aw. Well, I appreciate your sluttiness. They are absolutely adorable as hell. Vending machine discovered. Where? Where's the vending machine I discovered? What the fuck? Ah, here we go. Every time I find some vending machines, I get experience. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna sell some shit. I'm gonna sell my melee stuff. And this stuff's actually not super valuable. Maybe I should, sell all my junk. Yeah, maybe I should deconstruct some of this instead of selling it, actually. Whoa, that's actually worth quite a bit. Can this stuff be deconstructed? Probably not. First time I hear that. Which? First time I hear that thank you, like? Weapon parts, armor parts, yeah, so I want to save all those. Okay. Oh, lol, right. First time I heard that, thank you. What, that I appreciate your sluttiness? I appreciate anyone and everyone's sluttiness. Not a sentence one often hears. Well, that's a shame. I think more people should be thanked for their sluttiness. Let's fire away. Hey, Hungy, how you doing? Oh, how's your Friday? Yeah, it's the weekend. Anybody got any big plans for the weekend, or does no one have any plans anymore? You know, due to the whole pandemic aspect. Fix the truck? Is there shit wrong with it? It needs some fixing? Down, down, down. Hand out some rewards. Collect my quest thing there. And then we'll go this way. Tires need fixing. Switch out them tires, eh? Doop, 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 doop. Oh. Last time I had weekend plans, I got fucked. That sounds like fun. Speaking of slutty. Got a lot of work stuff to catch up on, and also thinking about finally getting back to streaming after like a month of being out of it. Oh, nice. That'd be cool. I'd like to see another Another Black Roses stream. Not that kind of fucked. Fucked with COVID. That's the wrong kind of fucked, unfortunately. Okay, here's the question that we should figure out right away. One, in this game, are we gonna, like, save scum and try and, like, you know, save and then rob places and get away with it? Or should we just not thieve so that we get through the game faster? Lurking while playing games. Hope you're all doing well. I am. I'm doing quite well, thank you. Hopefully you're good, Miss Mio. Having a chill-ass evening of gaming. Thieve it all. Because if I get caught, it turns out I basically have to reload the game. I get absolutely wrecked. Alright, I think we got everything of value from here. Little desks here and there, and... the little bins don't have things that are as valuable as those big bins. I'm not going to steal from every little bin, but... if a room has no one in it, I will take the opportunity to yoink all the shit. Don't get caught. There's the good advice right there. The Edgewater Saltuna canning facility strictly adheres to Spacious Choice standards of health and safety. Schedule your sick leave with your Spacious Choice foreman and or supervisor. Be considerate toward other members of the Spacious Choice family. Allow 2 to 4 weeks to process and approve your scheduled sick leave. Lost hours must be compensated to the company. See Reed if you're having trouble paying for your sick leave. We'll try to arrange wage deductions instead. Remember, work invigorates the spirit. Sickness in the body reflects sickness in the mind and sickness in the character. If you find yourself falling ill, it may be time to schedule a meeting with our local vicar. Jesus Christ. Always have great advices. That's true. I don't disagree. Everything everyone else has is just things you haven't claimed rightfully yet. I like it. God damn, there's a whole fucking city. This is just the first building. Oh my god, this game is gonna last us forever. I don't know what to do. Yeah, just things I haven't...
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir.
read yet.
You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The can's bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holt.
Oh my god, is it Soylent Green?
Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with... well...
Oh, I've been seeing rats everywhere. Right, they're filling cans with rats. Holy crap. That's intense.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
It's rat cans. Yeah, that's intense. Are you Reed? I was told I should talk to you.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I must say, wearing a Marauder's outfit is in very...
Oh shit, I forgot to change.
I do wish you'd show your uniform a little more respect.
I don't work for Spacer's Choice.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Holy crap! Black roses! That's amazing.
Black roses just bought rocks on your hoodie.
Black roses. I like the way I pronounced all the X's. God damn. Well, that's amazing. I hope that arrives soon. That's exciting. Oh man, got a hoodie coming to you? That's super exciting. You do that for ages and finally remember it. Yeah, hopefully it's a design that you like. Yeah, like, let me know if which goes to everyone, if there's merch that anyone wants where they want like any other emote, because right now I just have like my happy emote on all of the different pieces of merch to show all the different stuff you can get, but then I can put any object on any of the merch, and then you know, you can yeah, you can like mix and match basically. But yeah, the happy little rock is like my main sort of logo. But yeah, I don't know. That's any of them work. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited about that. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for picking up some swag. Gonna be rocking them rocks around town. Wear them to school, show off, you know? Yeah,
Only
that's
regulator
exciting.
we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your
Oh
pardon.
yeah, it's also
I am
hooked
most
up to the
emphatically
stream
not
currency.
keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator.
Ooh.
But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Frying myself?
Oh, yes. Saw someone put his hands on a regulator while the power was running. His legs were still twitching when we buried him.
That's
There's
a lot of
power
rocks.
regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned, what do you
I was
mean?
not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
I don't think these people will take kindly to losing their power.
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Why?
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
What do you think? Should I call him out for being shitty, or should I offer to help? How can I help?
My hope is that by cutting off their power,
Let's
you
see
will
what he thinks.
convince those deserters to come back to town.
Call it as BS?
Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the
What I'm
botanical lab.
thinking is that I just
Speak to
take
their
the
leader,
power from this
Adelaide.
place anyway.
Tell
I
her
saw the
power's about to
power,
go, and that it's time her band of
like,
deserters
system or
came
whatever
back
down in
to
the
town.
basement. I could just take it. How will I recognize Adelaide?
Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks
I'm
to
just here
her
for chaos.
leadership.
TBH, if I played, I would have asked her to help as well. These workers must have left for a reason.
That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family.
It's hard to
If we
say if he's
dissolve
like
the factions,
talking
then we will
bullshit
all
or not.
perish separately. Adelaide will understand.
Oh my god, my back. I can't make any promises.
Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me give you the passcode to the geothermal plant. A sign of good faith for so politely listening to me as I ramble on.
Are you setting off for the Vale? Because I know my way around. I mean, in case you want a guide.
Damn, she wants
if
out.
That's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful.
Take both, let them all die. Sure, I could use the company.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Let's get going. New manager seminar. I love it. Companions. You have gained a companion. They are characters that join you in your adventures and help in a variety of ways. Companions provide combat support. Their skills enhance your skills. They increase your carrying capacity. You can unlock special companion combat abilities with the inspiration skill. Learn more about your companions in the companion ledger. Some people may require completing another quest before they'll assist you. Okay, well, let's check my ledger. Right, I'm collecting these fees at the moment. So I got a side quest, then I can divert power and or deliver his message. Those are distinct from each other, so I could steal power from here and still go deliver his message. Oh, she's got her own tab in the thing. The companion ledger. Anyone got any fun game recommendations? Not like I have about 20 in a queue already. Have you heard of Skyrim? I don't know. What do I recommend? What are some really good games? And Alien Isolation was fucking really fun. Quite intense, though. Yeah, I mean, all the Fallout and Elder Scrolls games and stuff are some of my absolute faves. I mean, if you're looking for something that's a little bit more, kind of a time sink and fun, like a game that I really like that just makes time dissipate, sort of like Civilization and stuff like that, is Thea the Awakening. A little bit rough around the edges. It's like a little indie game, but it uses like Slavic lore and kind of like a turn-based combat system, and is about like trying to survive in a world after like the gods have lost their power and you're trying to like bring them back. Cyberpunk's on sale for like £11. Oh, that's cheap as hell. It's that cheap on Steam or elsewhere? Oh yeah, it's half off on Humble. Dang. Oh, CD keys, right. Daily deal. Word. Yeah, the cheapest I can find it on like official vendors is Humble. The Companion Ledger shows you everything you need to know about your companions. You can see their skills, stats, status effects, and gear. To change your companion's gear, first select the item you want to swap out, then choose a compatible item to replace it with. You can also change how they behave in combat by selecting their preferred weapon, follow distance, and aggressiveness. So she's got a melee weapon and a ranged weapon, yeah, just get that TPS, I guess. I can't swap that out with other armor, so I guess she just wears her armor and that's that. Oh, and I can give her a perk point. Increase the amount of threat they generate when attacking enemies, making them more likely to attack this companion. Improve their max health. Decrease the amount of threat they generate. Oh, you can up or decrease their threat they generate. That's cool. Or bonus support engineering. Interesting. Is engineering, is that useful for an NPC? Distance, I guess stay close. Focus on ranged. Always engage in attacks when the player enters combat. Yeah, that seems good. Body armor rating. Oh, that's 7.333. I thought it was 7,000. I was like, that seems really fucking high. So she's got persuade, lockpick, and engineering, eh? With the ability overload. Slams down her hammer, creating a blast wave that shocks enemies and stuns mechanical things. Last time you played Cyberpunk was when it came out on the Xbox and it was a mess. Yeah, if you're playing it on PC, I don't know. I played it on like on launch day and found it was just delightful. Shocks enemies and stuns auto mechanicals. Okay, so it knocks things down. That's cool. Engineering, eh? Is engineering super useful for an NPC? What's engineering do again? I've kind of already got my engineering on the fast track to getting jacked. I've got it at 28, but at 42 with all the gear I currently have equipped. 28/42. And what's hers? 39. Oh, so her engineering is really high. What's engineering do again? Repair thing. Reduce the cost to mod and to repair. Interesting. Can I mod things through her? Oh, increase your engineering skill when she is in the party. Oh, that's huge. That seems really good. Yeah. Let's do it. Chance to extract mods. That's cool. So it seems like every character has like health, increase aggro, decrease aggro, and then like something unique to them. So they've got like, you know, ranged, armor, melee, 3 generic things, and then like their perk. So that's cool. Yeah, let's go with their unique perks. That's way more exciting. I only found myself clipped into a building and get stuck once. I might have like clipped into stuff, maybe. I don't know. I think there's a couple times where I had to reload for little reasons, but overall, I had a lot of fun with it. Like in terms of bugginess, it's way less buggy than most other games. The Lafroig quarter cask. Oh, I could do that. I'll have to pound the rest of this beer back. Yeah, they screwed up the console release real bad. I heard that, yeah. Constantly freeze crashing on the Xbox. That sucks. Companion perks. Your companion has improved. Every 5 levels, your companion gains a new perk point to spend and unlocks a new tier of perks to choose from. That little sound every time I change a menu where there's a click and then like a whoosh. That little whoosh sound, it makes me feel like someone is like blowing into their microphone. Doesn't it kind of sound like someone's accidentally like blowing into a mic? Maybe that's just me. Alright. Onward! You can now join the party. Can. I think you mean has.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Oh, she wants to speak frankly. Made for you and me. Requires Reed's key to unlock. Lockpick or pickpocketing isn't a thing. Oh, maybe if I get my sneak high enough, then you're allowed to pickpocket.
My offer remains standing should you reconsider.
I wanted to talk to you about something.
Go ahead.
Have you taken a look around your town lately?
It is my job to keep 2 eyes on my town. I am the steward of this place, and this is my watch post.
How long have you worked here?
I'm trying to remember 25 years, 26. When you get to my age, the years just rush by.
Yeah.
You stop counting altogether.
They start coming and they don't stop
I
coming.
remember looking out this window and seeing the veil
Hey, Black
spread
Sheep.
out
Good
from horizon
evening.
to
How are you?
horizon. We were a sprawling town. We were
How's your
booming.
weekend?
Times
That
change.
we're entering into.
People change. But the veil will always be here. Spacer's choice will always be here. Our work won't ever end. I take comfort in that.
Won't ever end. You're loyal to Spacer's Choice?
This is a Spacer's Choice town. We're all
Started,
part of
not
the
too bad so
Spacer's
far.
Choice
Excellent.
Family here. The company
About all you
keeps
can
us
ask for,
warm,
right?
keeps us fed.
Oh
keeps
my
us
gosh,
working.
pardon me.
Loyalty's got nothing
Oh.
to do with it, friend. This is good old-fashioned gratitude.
Quaffing this beer is really catching up to me. Your town's falling to pieces.
I wish you wouldn't say things like that.
You disagree?
Yes, as a matter of fact. When I stand at my window and look out over my town, here's what I see. I see decent, loyal, hard-working people. I see a family. We are all part of the Spacer's Choice family. We are all doing what we were brought into this world to do.
Let me ask you something else.
Go ahead.
If you expect me to talk to this Adelaide person, I could use a little information.
Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a Saltuna canning institution. Saltuna without flavor is like a cysty pig without tumors, borderline inedible.
Ugh. That sounds disgusting.
Begging your pardon, Saltuna is a staple in the diet of any self-respecting spacer. Were it up to me, friend, I'd stack our larders with Saltuna galore. No other brand of Saltuna adds as much vim or vigor to the body's humors. But, and this
my
is something
neck.
we must keep
Ow.
between the two of us, Saltuna is hard to come by.
Yeah, it sounds shit
Species
AF for
indigenous to
sure.
the seas of another
Sounds
world.
fucking awful. It's indigenous to a different world? What world is that?
You mean you don't know? Why, Monarch, of course. Spacer's Choice ran a mighty fishing enterprise on that world. As it so turns out, Saltuna do not take as readily to the waters of Terra 2. Scrawnier
Is that the
than
planet
their
we're on, I
Monarch
guess?
cousins. Forces us to pack our cans with additives, you see.
Hang on, so what are you canning here exactly?
Oh, we've scavenged together some organic material from the surrounding environs. Mostly organic, mostly local mushrooms. Some of which possess a texture akin to a well-boiled slab of Saltuna. The difference is all but impossible to detect to any but the prissiest of palate.
This sounds so bad.
Go ahead.
Ugh. What makes you think I can convince those deserters to come back?
That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. Adelaide and her folk loathe the people of Edgewater, you see. I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. I just hope Adelaide and her folk will see their way past my flaws and return to town.
Sometimes people move on. It's the way of things.
Scripture tells us we all have our purpose in the world. Our work
Gross sounding
shows
fish.
us
Yeah, I mean, not
We
to
should
mention
not
that
have to
I've been
move on
seeing
from
these rat corpses everywhere
we've
that they've
lost
been
good
obviously
workers to
grinding
desertion.
up. So, like,
we have lost even more to plague. But it is why we must square our
they're
shoulders
using these, like,
and
alien
turn.
rats. Mostly local mushrooms. You and Adelaide have a personal history?
Losing Adelaide was the hardest. She was our only flavor specialist. When she walked away, I knew we were in trouble. Spacer's Choice Saltuna is renowned across the system for its quality flavors and additives. We used to sell citrus-flavored Saltuna in our heyday. Ever since Adelaide left, we have been reduced to selling unflavored and spearmint.
Spearmint fish.
Go ahead.
Bruh. We need to have a word about this plague.
Can we not? Talking about unpleasant things always gets my bile up.
How long's this plague been happening?
That I cannot say. There was no moment when the plagues began. Disease always lurks on the fringes of society, waiting to infect the idle and the lethargic. But in the last 10 years,
Oh my God.
the plagues have become progressively worse
Personal blame
and increasingly
for
frequent.
plague. Last 10 years, eh? You should have developed an immunity after repeated exposure to a single strain of contagion.
Corporate doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages the imagination. I believe plague is a test. It is a test of our loyalty and our fortitude. And it is one we will see.
I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that it was like originating from these fucking rats that they're eating. You withhold medicine from your own workers.
If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. I can't save everyone. So I have to choose.
I can't wait to kill this guy. I really do suspect that I'm going to kill him. That's monstrous.
Yes, it is. And it's necessary. Spacer's choice is a family. And the survival of the family is more important than the survival of the individual.
I agree.
Go ahead.
Well, we learned a lot. We got some experience. I keep pressing X to interact with stuff, but it's square.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office. We'll talk.
Okay, the elevator's still his office. Got it.
Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry.
Yeah, of course. I was trying to talk to you.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just... Mr. Thompson has his own view.
Just find an excuse to get out of here.
On account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
If I wanted to deal with nuance, I wouldn't be this heavily armed. Figures. Reed didn't exactly strike me as the most honest soul.
Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
I like, it's interesting that, everyone in this kind of talks like Fallout. Like, people kind of talk like it's, you know, the 20s. Did you know this Adelaide Reed mentioned?
Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson.
No
All
nuance,
I know is
just armament.
She left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place.
Her son died. Why were they arguing?
Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if you can get out to her.
I can't blame anyone for wanting to leave. This town's got issues.
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Interesting. Where would I find him?
The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss it. On account of it being the only clean thing.
Sick. Let's jump over to Stream Raiders for our next battle. Nice, 16 people up in here. That's awesome. Well, that's kind of cool. So there's already, like, the first major mission that we've encountered, we've gotten a follower out of, and several different ways of doing the quest. So that's really cool. I'm liking that it's, I mean, it feels like a Fallout game. This is very I want to say very Bethesda, but it's, you know, not. It's very Obsidian. But a good RPG so far. You really made the grade. And the papers want to know whose shirt you wear. I suppose you couldn't hurt. We'll stop by.
Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways. Where are we headed?
Oh, I didn't get to ask her more stuff. So I'm guessing if I take the power from this place right now, it's gonna, like, grind this place to a halt.
Just gotta keep our heads up.
Oh, it's just a worker. I couldn't see what the word was about. Okay, counter worker, gotcha. Cool, alright, well I went in this place through the back door, so I've kind of entered town from an odd angle. But that's fine. I would have entered probably through here otherwise? Sort of like a main door. Where are the... This doesn't actually mark what anything is. That's a shame. Oh yeah, I've still got this side quest marked. That's fine. We'll do the side quest first. That's the other thing is, like, should I do all the little side jobs and tasks and shit like that, or should I kind of try and push through the main story so that it doesn't take me months?
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Heard Marauders got in.
Just between us, Wilson deserted. Lost his nerve. Ran off in the thick of night.
You kidding me? Damn. Always thought he was made of stern stuff.
I think he was plagued. Guess he didn't want to die in the sick house.
Plagued? Ah, shit. I had some of the salt tuna.
You moron.
Brutal. So most doors to places seem to be closed. That door I can't use, and this one I can. So it's the white lights, I guess, that mean that a door is interactable. The little, like, white lights around it. Anyone home? Doesn't look like it.
Hey, that's... I mean, if you need it, okay. If you're hungry, I could open up a can of something.
Oh, she's not wild about me stealing things from people. I see. That's fine. I need it more than them, because I'm a protagonist, so... You know. I'm actually gonna use these things. Ooh, what's the game? It looks like, Sorry? I mean, it's true. If I don't pick it up, it's gonna literally sit there forever. You know?
My dad's... It's an office. Just my office.
Oh, this is her house. Oh, cool. Well, I'm gonna take all your things. Hope you don't mind. Fuck around on your computer. When life gives you lemons, consider it a free trial from your friends at Spacer's Choice. Welcome, Robert Holcomb. Enter a keyword for record search or hold down Ctrl-Alt F7 Enter to compose a new entry. Last search? Last search, Indumati. 2 records found. Indumati left Edgewater today. She's been reassigned to Terra 1. I kissed her goodbye at the platform and asked if I'd ever see her again. We both knew the answer was no. Look up and think of me, as I'll look up and think of you. Yo, thank you for the follow. Baghat N? Not quite sure how your name is said. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Note from Robert. They wouldn't let me keep her, but I know you'll raise her with love. Perhaps more than I would make time for. You're patient and present in a way that I'm not. The company says she has no name until you give her one. Her name is Parvati. They tell me her birthday will be set on the date she's legally delivered to you. She was actually born on July 7th. Make her feel special when I can't. She liked it when I sang to her. It was the only time she stopped crying. So she abandoned her daughter to him? Oh, she's been reassigned. Been reassigned and wasn't allowed to keep her daughter. Jesus. Fucking intense. Oh, hi, Kim. Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. One record found. I sat up last night reading through the Young Spacer's Guide. Almost started reading it out loud from habit. It's been 10 years, but I still have parts of it memorized. I'll take the next volume into work at the cannery. There's an unused office where I've been taking my lunches. May as well read the whole thing again. Well, damn, I just learned some shit about your parentage. But apparently we're not going to talk about it. That's fine. Let me just take all the things in your home here. You got anything else I might want? No. We've been here a while, we've been gaming. How you been? Oh, Blue Nozer, what's happening? I am good. I'm doing real well. Yeah, got the little one to bed, which was a bit of an effort.
You like flowers?
We went for sushi and she had a bunch of my tea, which I suspect was probably green tea and therefore had caffeine in it, which I didn't think about at the time. So it was like a half hour into her bedtime and she was like kicking her legs and singing and stuff like that. So you pretty. He's a little too beardy. Wait, what? You talking shit? You talking shit while I'm gaming over here? There we go. Thanks, Black Roses. That'll improve things. Of course, my beard is once again getting long enough that this filter's having a hard time getting rid of it. It doesn't know what's under there. There's too much beard. Doing good as well. Living in the country and loving it. Nice.
If you need to go, I'll wait outside.
Still off in the Maritimes? Isn't that whole area the country? Just had to clean a bunch of stuff, but it's not bad. Now you're a pretty lady with a weird neck. Hey, win-win.
People on the street stare.
Everyone likes a pretty lady with a weird neck. Cool. Well, flew to most of your place. Northern Ontario, almost 2 years now. Oh, crazy. Wow, Jesus, it's been a minute. Hey, thank you so much for the cameo there, Hungy. Much appreciated. Always nice to have a little Kermit appearance here and there. As we, you know, Kermit approves of picking people's locks and stealing all the ammunition for their home defense systems. This is officially sanctioned activities right here.
This is where the magic happens. Well, science. But it still happens here.
He's got a whole lab going on here. Oh, with a workbench and everything. Wow, I'm glad I made friends with her. Presumably I'm allowed to actually use this place now. If you get a weird neck tattoo, everyone will like you? Yeah, absolutely. That's how it works. The weirder the neck tattoo, the more everyone will like you. Are these anything? No, doesn't look like it. Whoa, this looks like a power armor thing. I wonder if it's supposed to look that way. Bunch of shit everywhere on your desk. What is supposed to... This looks like a practical thing with a terminal next to it. I wonder what goes here. Maintenance division logs. Welcome, Holcomb P. There are currently 3 open trouble tickets. Okay. What's the first? AG Leader Serial, failure on startup. Turn on engine. Steps to reproduce. Turn on engine. Try it again. Try it again. Kick the loader. Curse injured toes. I have to enter a minimum of 8 steps. Try it again. It makes a rattling noise. I have to enter 8 steps. That's amazing. Oh, man. Yeah, how are you liking Northern Ontario, Blue Noser? I guess you've been there for a couple of years, so you're probably pretty used to it. It sounds cold as hell to me. Sounds intense. Sounds like a statter's off access again. We'll clean out and reset. Back on your feet 2 weeks ago. Clancy's guts got caught and all pulled out, likely an account of somebody trying to restart him over and over again. Need to rewind all the coiling. Working, but there's something else off? Huh. Priority ticket. Failure of main cannery production line at heat processing. Start up production line according to schedule. Observe processing cans. Follow first batch to heat processing storage. One or more loud popping noises. Smoke, smell of burned salt tuna. Overheat klaxon on monitor 6. Flames jet from exhaust ports. Automatic shutdown. Likely as not, Bess got indigestion from being made to eat something that she ain't meant to. Again. This issue has been open for 0 days. Low priority. Automatically set to level low by executive level admin rule. Look northwise. I said look northwise, blasted useless translator. Near scrap pile. Could be northeast from town 1. Or from town, I guess. Observe mechanical, clanking about. See it, it's right there. Yo.
Always do your quick saves. Never know what's gonna happen on
Skillerade.
Hey, dude.
Hello, my friend. How you doing, man?
Wow.
Whoa. You don't see that very often.
Always do your quick saves.
That's the real boss right there. How goes, Skellefriend? How you doing, my dude? I haven't seen you in hours. So northeast. Northeast, there's something. Some mechanical. Huh. Now I see why she didn't like the fact that I was just like grabbing stuff, because this is her house. Pro gamer, MLG. Pew, 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 pew. Doing pretty good. Been playing 3D World. Ooh, I haven't played any 3D World whatsoever.
Almost 2 years B.
Yo, that is crazy. Almost 2 years. Damn, my dude. Thank you so much for the resub. I really appreciate that, man. Have any of you played Warhammer before? I have played a little bit of Warhammer. I assume that you're talking about the, you know, tabletop nerd game rather than any of the video games. But I could be wrong. Whoa, plus 6 damage for 50 bucks? Yeah, sure, I'll take it. Do. It gets more and more expensive to tinker each time you do it. Gotcha. Doodle-doo-doo. 14 damage times 12. Oh, it uses light ammo, just like a pistol. So the pistol is the equivalent of hitting with, like, 2.5 of these shots. But this shoots 12 of them. It uses long guns as opposed to handguns. And has knockback. Both of these have knockback. I don't know. I don't know which of these I want. Maybe the shotgun. I see. It's got, like, spread. This one doesn't. I see. So I totally don't want a regular old pistol. The long gun uses light ammo, just like the pistol. I'm surprised. Huh. I just heard the song for this game today. Such a bop. The song for this game? I don't know it. Actually, meant the video game looks interesting, but would like to see what others think. Well, there's a ton of Warhammer games. So, like, for example, I bought a dirt cheap bundle way back when Humble Bundle had dirt cheap bundles, and so I own like a half dozen Warhammer games. Warhammer, I think Vermintide 2 has Twitch integration, so you can have people like give you items or make the game harder or whatever if you want. So that's kind of a selling point in my mind. But yeah, I haven't actually played it yet. I'm not sure what these things at the bottom left are. It says hold. If I hold down on the D-pad, it just... I don't know what that does. What is that doing? The D-pad down. Oh, companion move! Oh, the D-pad. Up for companion attack, left for their special ability, down companion move. Or hold companion return. I see. Doesn't seem to do anything. Maybe it's just in combat. Okay, funky. That's neat. Former roommate plays Warhammer. From what I've seen, it looks like it's mostly a bunch of dudes taking up an entire table with random shit, and then everyone's sad and ragey for several hours. It's pretty accurate. You forgot that it's also a really, really expensive game to play. Total War Warhammer 3. Link for the song. Add it to the song request queue. Throw it in to the rest of the tunes. Also, how you doing, Blank One? How's your night treating you? RPGs or shooters? I think that most of the Warhammer games are like RPGs. Although if it's a Total War game, Total War is one where you like create a big army and then you pit it against another army, and I think they just kind of like do the battle autonomously. So it's more like a strategy game, I think, but I'm not certain. The only caveat is that you have to watch it on stream. Oh, it's more of a video than a song? Honestly, I'm just looking for something new to play on stream, because all my games I've either finished at least once, or it's games like COD or Fall Guys, which is fun for like an hour or so. Yeah, just play like a good RPG. What RPGs do you have that you haven't started yet? Or like what kind of like single player games or story games do you own but you haven't yet played? I'll tell you if any of them are too good to not play. But the video is so fun. I mean, I guess we could take a minute to watch a video. I wouldn't mind. I mean, if it's the song that stands out, then I just assume that. Why don't you throw the video into my Discord though, and I'll watch it after the stream. I'm afraid to play any music on stream, like to actually watch a video and play music at this point, because the DMCA thing has gotten so bad. Like my song requests totally bypass that. The song request queue uses a like doesn't play through the same audio, so it doesn't play on VODs or clips or highlights or anything. Roommate bought a Warhammer Kickstarter set for like thousands of dollars. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. Thousands of dollars for a starter set. For a starter set. Thousands. That's so nuts. Those two concepts just blow my mind in the same sentence. Like a whole set. Yeah, but that's what's needed to play the game. Like to start out in the game, like, oh, just enough like units to actually play with and like have like an army that you can take part in games with. It really is that expensive. Thousands of dollars. It's nuts. Crazy. Plus you have to paint them all? Basic Choice Cantina discovered. What is this? Bertie Cotton. Yeah, bonkers, he didn't paint them. Two I own are Bioshock, which I started on stream and then somehow forgot about, so that may be one. And then Baldur's Gate are the two I own that I've never played. The original, like the first Baldur's Gate, or the newest one? How do you like your sal tuna today? How's it going, Lockchick? Yeah, good question. Good question. Apparently I like it fucking flavored. Whatever that means. Touched it for a little on the Xbox, never really played it much. 1 and 2, but not in the newest. I would definitely play the Bioshock games on stream. I've been meaning to. They're definitely on my backlog. Yeah. Yeah, they do feel a little bit clunky these days. That's the only downside of them. I don't know. There might even be mods to, like, update the feel a little bit. I have no idea. Wanted. Guillaume Gil Antrim. Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement. A writ of execution effective immediately. Former mechanic terminated. Escorted from Edgewater on grounds of unauthorized use of Adrena time. Wanted for destruction of property, murder of company workers in good standing, theft and unauthorized use of medical supplies. Generous bounty. That's interesting. I wonder if, like, these are people that you could theoretically encounter. Generous bounty. Unlicensed practice of medicine on seditious criminals. Jesus.
Almost lost a finger in the cannery today.
Just the way it goes, I suppose.
Looking in all the little corners for anything useful. Would recommend Fallout 4 with mods. I'd love to play Bioshock with mods. So I fucking started Fallout 4. I added 150 mods. And it broke.
We should keep our voices down.
I wasn't able to keep playing. I was really disappointed by that. Love to play it, Bioshock. I think I got slightly lost, not sure where I was going, so I kind of quit and never went back to it. Yeah, you should tackle it again. Nice thing about playing it on stream is you got help, you know?
Seemed scary from the outside.
Spacer's Corona. I bet I could get behind her and steal that. Let's find out. What about Halo? 150 mods will do that? Well, you know. I've got, like, double that in my Skyrim playthrough, but it turns out Skyrim, I think, is just more stable. These cells are, real empty. Hey, a terminal. Bounty records. All bounties have been authorized by Spacer's Choice. View bounties? Sure, open ones. Yeah, those are the 3 posters outside. Closed bounties. There aren't any. Oh, so I assume that means that I can close bounties then. How do I know if I'm hidden or not? Is there something about the UI that changes if I'm hidden or not? I'm like trying to find a difference here. Be super into watching you play Fallout 4 on stream, Black Roses? Yeah, totally, me too. Fallout games are amazing. So what is Spacer's Corona? Pardon me. Oh, here it is. Oh, there's cigarettes. Gotcha. Okay. Picked up Fallout 4 and also picking up Neverwinter Nights because I started on my ex's Xbox. Never got around to it. I think today I'll go back to Bioshock. Yeah, do it up. Absolutely. Some kind of pill. Ah, apparently it's a pack of cigarettes. Losing save game on ex's Xbox. I know that feel. Womp womp. Dang.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion.
I had an ex who
Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
I had the PS3, but then she picked up some games that she wanted to play and was interested in. So when we split up, there was whole games I didn't get to play anymore. Womp womp indeed. Had somebody saved games and bought games on his Xbox, and I'm so upset about that. Oof, yeah, if they're digital, you can't even say, like, I'm taking these. That blows. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free. What a wild sentence. I got some questions for you if you don't mind.
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
Who do you work for? Spacer's Choice or Edgewater?
If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serve Spacer's Choice.
That sounds like slavery.
Careful, stranger. Talk like that comes dangerously close to sedition.
Who does Spacer's Choice answer to?
Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this.
It bothers me. That's intense. So you're basically a bureaucrat.
Flattery won't get you anywhere with me. The bureaucracy is a noble profession, but not all of us are gifted enough to serve in it.
Wow. There was one other thing.
Something to report?
Does the name Phineas Wells mean anything to you?
His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual?
Never mind. This is a slippery slope. Well, you know, I just saved. I don't know. Let's find out what happens if he kidnapped me, unfroze my body, and shot me into space. Then I landed here.
Mm-hmm. Shot you into space? You know, lying to a Spacer's Choice constable is a violation of company policy and punishable by a fine.
It's a good thing I don't belong to the Spacer's Choice family.
It is, for Spacer's Choice. Unfortunately, the arrest of Mr. Wells falls outside my authority. I enforce the company policy.
I'm most upset about Destiny 2 because all the DLCs that can cost me a fortune. Oof.
Wells is wanted by the board.
Oof.
If you have information related to the location of Phineas V. Wells, you are required to submit that information.
Yeah,
to
paying
the
for
nearest
digital
board
content.
authority.
I mean, that's where we're at. That's how it all works, but I do find it somewhat upsetting. If it was the same cost for physical copies of games, I wouldn't buy digital. I assumed you were my nearest board authority.
I represent Spacer's Choice. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which is itself a member of the Halcyon Holdings
Didn't mean to be bureaucrats, just how the mighty Jah
also,
made
I
us.
specialize in processing fingerprints.
We treat people like swine and make them stand in line even if nobody paid us.
There's not a lot I can do for you.
Oh, is that, I suspect that is from a song of some sort. From one of the musicians. Who do I talk to?
Any information regarding outstanding bounties and wanted criminals should be directed to Mr.
Yo,
Udom Bedford.
Black Sheep
Mr.
Grabbing
Bedford's
and
office
name
is
tag
located
color.
on the
Good
ground
call.
right there.
I will update that after this stream. When I can access the little name tag customizer. And your avatar will have a brand new name over them. It's kind of annoying. The Stream Raiders thing has been a little bit buggy lately. Stream Avatars thing. Been a little buggy lately where, what the fuck is this skin? A ragdoll flying rogue? Wow. Like, see how, Black Sheep, your name tag is way offset from your unit. Same with, like, a bunch of people's. Blank one, and I don't know how to fix that. I think Kim is Great is offset too. They're all offset by the same amount, but only some of them are. Yours is weird. Yeah, totally. Do me a favor, Kim, would you be willing to change your avatar to something else, just so I can see if it affects where your name tag is located? Go. Boop. And then I just gotta find it. Where is your avatar? They also, the name tags disappear more often. Yeah, you changed it to Link, still in the same spot. Ah, yes, Green Zelda. I'm Zelda now. I'm gonna mention that in the stream avatars thing. Because I mentioned it before. Bug report. Does it happen on avatar change? Was the question I was asked? Yep, still happens when the avatar has been changed. There we go. Zelda's a boy and you play as him? Yeah, totally. These are just facts. Yeah, feel free to switch your avatar back or to whatever you like. Experiment has been conducted. Directed to dude on the Groundbreaker. What's the Groundbreaker?
Halcyon's original colony ship, now repurposed into a space station.
Oh, that's cool.
Mr. Udom Bedford represents the board's interest on the Groundbreaker. Something else I can do for you?
The original colony ship is like a structure now. If you need help with your Maraudum problem, I'm for hire.
As a Spacer's Choice Constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted
I think you
criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
Just 1 per marauder, please. Okay, yeah, no problem. I'll go bring you some fucking fingers.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back.
Fingers is what I got.
I know how you feel.
Hey, it wasn't red. Shit was fair game.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier.
There's no way to know if you're currently hidden from view or not. If I'm not mistaken. Or is there something that I'm just overlooking? Let me know if you decide to play Fallout 4 and want any help modding. Oh man. I want to play Fallout 4 and I want help modding. Will you help me? What did you do? Did you use Mod Organizer 2 or did you use Vortex? Did you make your own mod list or did you use one that you found? Did you use a Jabberwocky mod list? Help! I need an adult. Mod Organizer 2, used your own? I don't know if you can be helped. I've heard that a lot. You want to try Jabberwocky? It's fine. I used it for New Vegas. It's just a very minimalist mod list. So I've got like 50 mods, and they're just for like slightly improved aesthetic, and but they still stay pretty vanilla. You know, there's a few little quality of life things, but it's still, yeah, quite vanilla.
Oh, sweet merciful law. A marauder's in my domicile.
Hey, take it easy. I'm not a marauder.
There a reason you're running around outfitted like one of those monsters? Did Mr. Thompson send you to put the fear in me? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson
Definitely your next game after Bioshock.
Tomorrow.
Going raw first.
Because I'm definitely not plagued. Spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
I would say for a first playthrough of a game, you can still absolutely play with like a small handful of pardon me, like vanilla plus mods. Like just enhanced textures that don't change anything about the game. So you can still basically play it vanilla, but just like looking nicer. I made a little mod list in the, which channel was it? I think it was in the Skyrim channel in the Discord. I made kind of like a list of like all the mods that I would recommend for somebody playing through for the first time. I'm trying to find where it was. Is it that buried? I'm like scrolling up while I'm talking and I'm like, oh, it's still not here, still not here. Ah, here it is. Yeah. I made it for Dragon Snooze. Yeah, I just pinned it so it's a little easier to find. But yeah, I like having like a dozen mods that are just helping with immersion, I think is, or not even immersion, but helping just improve the graphics and maybe like bug fix or quality of life mods that the community made are absolutely worth having. I'd recommend quality of life mods for BioShock, or a few little fixes would be good. No pressure, of course. Yeah, when's your next stream? Later today for you. So that's like, if you were to stream at like, you know, 5 p.m., that'd be what, like 9 a.m. tomorrow for me. You want to tell me what's got you so nervous?
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
I'm positive you mentioned something about being plagued.
You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. You know how
Fallout 4? I guess it's getting old. I don't know. It's like
sick.
2016 or something?
No. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling
Saturday, so like today for me, tomorrow for everyone else. I had to call it last week because of the Rona. Yeah. Around 4 or 5 p.m. start. Also waiting to hear from landlord because she has to come check out some things. Makes it a bit hard to know. Ah, that's tough. That's tough. Why not tell the constable?
She'll toss me in the sick house. I would have confessed before the good vicar. Get some ablutions for my spirit. Just never found my courage is all. Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't ya? Do a good turn for an expiring old man.
All right, that is the last of that beer. And now let me jump over to my queue. The Lafroig Quarter Cask. All right. Oh, I actually have 2 more drinks to add to my list. I have the Ocean Toshin 3-Wood, which is really good. It matured in bourbon, Oloroso, and sherry casks. So the bourbon gives it a little bit of smoke and spice, and the sherry gives it some nice sugar to take off the edge. It's really, really nice. And then I also have Empress Gin, which is somewhere around here. It's like a purple gin. Not to be confused with the gin that is clear but turns purple when you add citrus to it. Yeah, Empress Gin. It's quite nice. Made here in this town. Named after the Empress Hotel, the oldest, most famous hotel in Victoria. Mmm. It smells so nice and smoky. Chest is still icky. Still constantly tired, but that's it. Tired could also be because boy teens are tiring. Yeah, there is that. How can I help?
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Not so fast. I've got some questions.
I'll do what I can.
Why can't you just buy some medicine yourself?
I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me, as far as I can tell. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable margin of health. Company policy.
In other words, the company won't treat you because you're already sick?
More like the company won't treat me because I'm not healthy enough.
Jesus. Got a change in my timetable to support me with returning to work and all that, so ended up with some new classes that I met the first time this week. Oh, that's interesting. That's kind of weird, though. It's like, oh, you're feeling under the weather? That's fine. Here's some brand new kids that you don't know. Keep you on your toes. Back-ass words, indeed. I assume there are guards?
You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand. I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting there. I advise stepping softly. So you'll do it then? You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
Oh, law, it's in my spleen now. Anything I should know about this community center?
Just keep your head down when you're in there.
Gotta go help my dog with her problem?
Probably tracking mud all over the archives.
Have a good night. Well, enjoy the rest of your night, Kim. Sleep well, stay hydrated. Don't do anything that Sonnet wouldn't. It's a long list. Taking an awful risk trusting me, no?
I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up.
Black roses.
Vicar, but
that avatar is ridiculous. Usually because I had a full-time class that were sitting exams this year. It was kind of unfair on them to have a teacher who's been off sick so much, so I have that class for 3 out of 6 periods a week, and for the other 3 I got some new classes. It's not too bad, I guess. Didn't realize it would be so big. That's absolutely what she said. That is kind of a shame, though, that you have to deal with a bunch of new kids while you're not feeling 100%. Wait, what happened to the avatar you just had? You're like jumping through them, checking all different avatars. Like it. Most of them are lovely, luckily. Well, that's good to hear. That's awesome. Here to collect your gravesite fees. Just exhausting.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Look, I got my gravesite fees right here. See? I'm good for my word. Get me that medicine, and I'll see to your payment.
Alright, a lot of people have been referring to the fact that I'm wearing these Marauder clothes, so I'm gonna switch. Even though the skills are not quite as good, I'm gonna switch it up.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy. Excuse me.
Who are you?
I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about
Yo, Finnegasm, how you doing?
Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac.
Welcome back.
Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
Limited time only emote. I can't believe I missed that. The cream of the crop, brother. He's got symptoms of something. You're saying it's psychosomatic?
All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic. I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
It's your emote, but you're not affiliate anymore, so they stay, but no one can use it. Oh, that's funky. That's weird. Did you just choose not to be an affiliate anymore, or like, what's kind of an odd thing? Did it get removed from you? Did you fuck up that badly? Never even heard of being stripped of affiliate. Hey, Turtles! How you doing tonight? Let me worry about that.
All right.
Give me that XP.
Here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape.
Mom.
So I'm reaching out to you.
I get it. You need someone to smuggle you medicine under the table.
Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law breaking.
I bet.
But sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons.
I wasn't streaming much, so I offboarded, but then I started streaming again and tried to get it back, but they won't give me it again. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Seems crazy to, like, opt out of having all the little minor perks of being an affiliate. Like, if you do randomly choose to stream, you know, like, people can't choose to hook you up. I'm an idiot. I mean, at least you learned the hard way, right?
That's all I can ask of you.
Yeah, that's a shame. That sucks. You just gotta earn it back. If you hit affiliate before, I'm sure it'll be no problem to do it again. Well, not no problem. I mean, I do feel like it's harder than ever to hit affiliate now. There's like twice as many streamers as there were 2 years ago, before the pandemic. At least twice as many, actually. I think it might be more. Well, we've explored like about half of this town so far. Let's head to the Cantina now. Star Wars Cantina. The weirdest creatures you've ever seen. Had the minimum requirements to get it, but they still won't give me it. Oh, that's weird. That's really weird. I've never heard of that.
But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
Should I not walk in here? They sent me an email saying they can't go into further detail. That's so weird. I mean, I would just apply again. Just like keep applying, you know?
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene.
I don't know. I definitely have heard of a lot of people applying for partner like multiple times and being rejected.
Next to lawfulness.
One of the options just going to Twitch support. That's so fucking strange. Yeah, I've never heard of any of that. You're not able to like try and submit another attempt to onboard? I can show you my hands.
No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet
things are better now that I'm not working. Thumb braces get stuck to everything.
You will also report to me in the event of your death.
What?
Whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for
what
interment.
Happened? Gonna keep contacting them? Yeah, it's the only thing to do, right? Just keep harassing them. Like, hey, I wasn't streaming, but now I am again. Hook me up. Prefer my remains for what?
Burial. In the unfortunate event of a fatality. It's what a barber does.
I'm feeling...
make you presentable.
I'm feeling quite buzzed. I got some questions for you.
Go ahead.
You seem pretty enthusiastic about this place.
Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work. Not since the plague started.
Sounds exhausting.
As the good vicar says, work fortifies the spirit of a man. If you want to feel exhausted, try not having any work.
What do you know about this plague?
The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. lost 6 workers in as many months.
Damn.
I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated.
Jesus.
Still, it is a shame.
That's brutal. Why don't you treat all your workers?
Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us.
Whose idea was that?
Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Thoughtful-looking fellow, stares out of his office most hours.
Oh, that's that dude's idea. Jesus. Silas sent me to collect your dues.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
You mean you're broke?
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
Jesus. That's some quality drama, Conrad. You should audition.
Thank you, no. I despise the cereals. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay.
Hey, babe.
And that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my
Boosh was good.
apologies.
Yeah, it's probably the booze I'm drinking. Yes, I had a beer and now I'm having some whiskey. Feeling quite buzzed. How was your ride home? Good. Medical rights can get revoked? That's insane. Yeah, medical rights?
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
That's a pretty cute little shirt. Yeah, these are good shirts you picked up. Just give him an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
What's going on here?
Oh, hi.
Oh, it's Black Rose.
I emailed him again. Give me an answer. Where is he?
Hi, Black Rose.
I'll let you know if I think of anything.
Much obliged.
Oh, hi, Jitty. You flirt. Look at you trying to get into my pants. Is it because you like my pants and you want to wear them? Or is it more of a, like, sex thing? Asking for a friend.
I know.
My hair's metal AF. Now, Ginny, we're women. How many of our clothes stretch beyond this capacity that clothes should ever stretch?
What's
I have
this?
so many friends who can fit in clothes of mine. I'm like, how do you fit this? How do we both fit the same thing? It's like, oh, it's just a weird elastic that just fits over everyone.
Conrad, receptionist shot himself. This is bad. Company's gonna have to call it for what it is. Destruction of Spacer's Choice property. Eugene was an
Depends
asset.
on the
Somebody has to
town.
pay his body price.
So some of them.
This is gonna ruin us. So I was thinking that we pawn off his teeth. Eugene had a full set of gold teeth. Heirlooms passed down in his family or something. Processing his body, right? Just dig around and pry them out. We sell the teeth somewhere nice and quiet, use the bits to pay his body price, and nobody's the wiser. What do you think? Don't write back. In fact, don't talk to me at all. Just give me a special signal next time you see me. Waggle your eyebrows. Laboratory outfit, splash resistant. Mine now. That's interesting. So the clothes that people wear in this doesn't change their appearance. Dovahkiin.
Boost. Rhoda.
How's the cam mods work with more people? Depends on the mod. There's some that work with 2 people, most of them don't. So this one does, the anime filter does, the Pixar one does, and I think that's about it.
You're silly.
You're cute.
Who is you? Glasses off. Speaking of, I don't know where my other glasses are. My backup glasses. My green one. I know those, but I look cute no matter what. Obviously.
True. That is a fact.
Makes it look like I'm hiding a beard.
Well, mine keeps the beard. So I think yours is just shadow. Shadow on your neck.
Like saying I've got too much neck. Let's turn it into shadow. Perfect. I look like I belong in a Daft Punk video.
Well, this guy had an assault rifle on him. I wonder if that's a good weapon.
Wine.
I'm shocked.
I haven't drank in like the last 2 days.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you wanting wine. Wild. So, assault rifle uses
I mean, I'll do your marking.
heavy ammo.
Sure. Take photos of each thing, put it in Discord, and I will grade it based on how I feel, like, right away. Is it like an A, B, C, D sort of scale? Can I put pluses and minuses in there, or where are we at?
Yeah, I'll mark your stuff. Quality isn't an issue, right?
I hate how thin it makes my neck look. Seriously weird. I, like, hide my neck. Look, like, so awkward with... Look at that!
There we go. I'm gonna I think toggle between a shotgun and a rifle. So long range I got a rifle, and then if they get up close, then I got a shotgun I can pull out. Perfect.
Okay, what kind of essays? And can I, like, destroy someone for their grammar? Like, can I just destroy them? Like, am I allowed to make them cry with my comments on them? Because then I'm actually
marked out of 20. Squishes your head quite a bit.
My head, yeah, my head like becomes really round and like my neck becomes weirdly thin. It's like a whole. It looks so weird.
It's
really
Pixar. That's what Pixar does. Are any of these interactable? No.
Go put myself on watching my husband.
Pardon me.
What can I do?
You sound like you've had some training. I know a thing or two about medicine.
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
Only if we use the term doctor loosely.
I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon. And if you must know,
yes,
I
you can. I'm sure I can edit it to be slightly less soul-crushing.
Avoiding gangrene.
Yeah, but then you've got to mark her work instead of theirs. It's kind of the same thing no matter what. I know about Eugene. Why not use his teeth as collateral for your gravesite fees?
You know about Eugene? How?
I found a note from Phyllis.
Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
They were probably worth a few bits.
More than a few. Those teeth were his personal savings. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures.
Oh, they know each other.
I
guess that makes
Silas
sense.
To dig up those teeth.
Everyone in town knows each
It's
other.
the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees.
You sure about this?
I'm sure that I have no other choice. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
I heard Eugene killed himself. What happened?
Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality.
Oh.
I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine.
Oh.
Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life.
Honestly, I have a lot of stuff to do, not enough will to do it. Also have to complete the application for next year's jobs. Oof. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough when you're feeling like tuckered out and exhausted to like fucking, you know, get down to the bullshit that you need to take care of. I can very much relate to that. I'm really not wild about that kind of stuff.
So I saw really, like, awkward, I guess, no, I guess we'll just straight up racist.
Whoa, 25 people on the battle. That's awesome.
What happened was, I've got a coworker who is First Nations. Now, he is white, pale-skinned, but he's definitely First Nation. Like, he's First Nation. He also happens to have certain things tattooed. Language on him.
A lot of what you're saying can't be heard, I'm realizing, because the
probably.
noise gate isn't high enough for how you speak. There we go.
Okay. I apologize. I'll yell next time. Anyway, so coworker who's First Nations, who doesn't really look necessarily First Nations because he's quite pale, but has First Nations tattoos on him, had this lady today come in who is First Nations, definitely. We know her. She's a regular. And she's like, I want to know, why do you have that tattoo? And he's like, she's like, what does it mean? What is it? And he's like, oh, it's actually, thinking, you know, she wants this information. He's like, oh, well, that's actually the word, and he says the word, I forget what it is now, but it's the name for his nation. But he didn't say that. He's like, it's the name for the nation out in the interior. I forget exactly which one. It's their name for his specific group. And she's like, but why would you have that tattooed on you? And he's like, well, because that's my First Nation. She's like, yeah, but you know, just because you're from there doesn't mean you can claim it. He's like, I'm from the res. Like, I was born on the res. Like, my grandmother's a midwife. Like, what's happening? You could tell he was like, well, he was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. It's like, okay. It's just this weird moment where this woman's like, why would you do that? It's like, firstly, who cares? And secondly, because it's my people.
We can all thank our lucky
Like,
stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect.
I'm from Freiburg?
I included it all in my official report.
Yeah, but were you born
I'd
there?
like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money.
That is a
We
weird
never
one.
could have paid the
It was
fines
weird.
associated with a
It was
suicide.
weird. It felt really bad for him. I watched the whole thing happen, and I didn't know what to say to him after. It's like, do you say something to the guy? Are you like, hey, so that sucked? Or are you like,
Heritage denials hurt. Yeah, it's just weird. It's
she's
like
like,
awkward.
especially because they are of the same heritage. Like, she is First Nations. And this concept where it's like, well, you're not First Nations. Why would you say that?
Yeah.
Can't help but notice you're not as dark-skinned as I am. It's like, okay. There are paler First Nations people. Thank you, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's reverse racism. That's just racism.
That's what I said. It's just racism, yeah. Hi, Turtles. Oh, Turtles, I wanted to know, what are your Monday nights usually... Sorry, Sunday nights usually looking like? Because Monday nights I know we're out for you, but what are Sundays like?
Also, what happened? You said you had an injury? What's going on?
Why are you injured? Don't hurt yourself. Do we need to beat someone up or something up? Do we have to, like, get some dynamite and, like, blow up, I don't know, like a road divider or something? Like, how do we exact your revenge? She hasn't answered. It came back for the full revenge. She's gone. I don't want that one. This one is acceptable.
Hey, I discovered a general store apparently.
And your rations yet?
Okay, so did you want to join my D&D
whole
group?
cans of saltuna.
I know I've already asked you, but we've moved to Sundays now. And we start at 8 p.m. and I think you'd really love all the ladies, and it's pretty laid back.
Keep your distance, friend.
Oh, we have an all-women, all-moms D&D group that meets that we could use another player for because one of them has taken new shifts and we kind of just need another consistent player.
Okay,
But it's fun. We're doing Cowboys and Chimeras, we're calling it. It's Old West themed with, you know, lots of Old West themey stuff. I'm trying to do a French Canadian accent for one of the characters, and that's failing horribly. And my coworker, one of the ladies who I game with, who is from there, yeah, she's very entertained with my inability to speak French Canadian. apparently I'm
Whoops.
shit.
Oh, I didn't mean to use a fucking heal.
Of the ladies, I think only one has a boy Sam's age, or a kid Sam's age, I should say. But he's really, really sweet. Oh my god, you should see the things she posts in the Discord. He's been getting into the Monsters Manual for Dungeons and Dragons and trying to redo images. So she recently did one called 2 Vampires. It's pretty classic 4-year-old art. Oh no, he's more than 4. What am I saying? Oh my god. So he's 3 years older than Cal. And Cal's almost 3, so he must be almost 6. Good lord, how old's Sam? I think he's Sam's age. I will. Oh, I will. Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow we're playing.
Doo-doo, doodle-doodle-doo. We may never, never, never come home.
Oh, good choice. You'd like this one, Turtles. It's floral. And it has a good amount of acidity without being, like, obnoxious. Got a good lychee, like, proper lychee nut off of it. I'm getting a little bit of, like, ripe nectarine. And, the nose is lovely.
Gourmet Saltuna
of rose, little
fillets.
honeysuckle. And actual, like, proper honey notes off of it, too, without being obnoxious again. And good citrus, like a tangerine citrus. Do you want to get on the wine tasting and get obnoxious with me?
No, it's all good. I'll finish my whiskey and then maybe have some.
Look at him, not wanting to drink wine in an obnoxious way with me. Oh, do you want to see the skirts I got, Turtles, from the Gap? They had that whole, like, 70% off of whatever thing. Of whatever sale. So we got this little green one, covered in stars. Multicolored little stars. Very cute.
Discord the deets.
This is apparently a male shirt. You can tell because it has a dinosaur on it. That's how you can tell.
Yeah, you know it's for boys because it looks fun.
Yeah, this is exactly how you know it's a boy's shirt. Look at that. It's a dinosaur that says smile. The Gap. The Gap had that clearance thing on. Or like, free shipping if you order above a certain amount.
I thought there was a person sitting here. Maybe they ran away when I started
I think
shooting.
they still have some sort of clearance thing going on, like 75% off now, I think, of everything left.
Are you getting rat fillets? No, they're
The wrong Gap. I went online.
it's like
company and all.
rat hide.
Really ought to leave. You don't want to be seen around me.
Just found out about it and then bought as much as I could online.
Fun equals boy, cute equals girl.
Pretty much.
Fucking insane.
Is this one boy or girl?
The idea of having gendered clothes is the same as it's the same degree of intellectualism as like all cats are girls, all dogs are boys.
I know, especially because like until secondary sexual characteristics come out, who cares? Who cares?
Why not?
Because I'm sick. You don't want to associate with people in the sick
Our friend
house.
definitely dressed
We're
their
not worth
little
your
boy in a
time.
bunch of,
I'm in
more
about as
feminine
much
clothes.
trouble as I can be. No reason you ought to be tarnished by association. People are gonna talk.
Why? What's going on here?
Figured it was obvious.
I think you'd like this wine.
I got
Turtles.
sick. Couldn't get better on my own. Got moved here for
It's a
everyone's
smoky
sake.
when you got there.
Maybe you
can
don't
smell
know
the
this
smoke from here.
But there's a
Mhm.
real
Very
simple
smoky.
reason you don't
Which
talk
one you
to
go
a
with?
plagued.
The
don't
Lefroy
want what
quarter
we got.
cask.
Oh, lovely.
It was a Black
stuff.
Roses Redeem.
Good choice, Roses. It's a beautiful whiskey.
I've got some training. I could take a look at you.
You just trying to
Don't.
see her naked, asking for a
Please.
friend.
I could get into a lot of trouble.
No, she's sick and on her way to dying. What kind of trouble?
People trouble. Lazy worker like me getting special
Got
treatment.
my niece
from
one
some
that just says send me to
out-of-town
grandma's
physical like
house
you.
and it's purple.
People will talk.
Yeah, that's totally neutral.
Company always tells us.
I mean, the big
Weak
thing with
spirits
Cal
lead
is
to
she
weak
really
bodies.
likes dinosaurs.
If I didn't want to fall sick with plague, maybe I should have worked harder. Maybe I should have taken more pride in my work.
Well, that's ridiculous. You can't blame yourself because you fell sick.
I really wish you wouldn't say
Come out to
those sorts
Langford
of
Gap.
things.
Clearance is out of control. It's
told
become a
you once
case
already.
of.
People could be listening.
It's become a
I'm
case
feeling a
of
touch
for
faint.
do I
If you don't
merch
mind,
clearance
I'd like to be alone for a spell.
and hide the regular price? It's become a case of man. There's like one word in there that shouldn't be, and so I can't parse what you mean. I'm so bad at reading intent. Is Ark gonna be her first game then? Cal's? Oh, because it has dinosaurs in it? No.
No, I think what he should do. So he's already talking about doing it on the computer.
Can't blame yourself because you feel sick. Yeah, very, very much a mood.
So I'm gonna look up if this is a thing, but I have a theory.
I don't want any trouble.
4 is the extra word, so just take out the word 4.
Become a case of do I merch clearance and hide the regular price?
Do I merch clearance and hide regular price? Oh, I see. So do I just pretend that the clearance price was the clearance price and just like hide the clear further?
The 4 is the extra. I don't know what merch clearance means, I guess, so I'm having a hard time parsing your sentence. I don't know what that is. That's
so we're thinking like
the sentence is too industry for me. I'm a dummy.
But I was thinking I was gonna see if there's because if he's gonna play it on the computer with her anyway, because it's easier, and that means he has more options. And
weird to put a broken turret in a like sick house.
Yeah. So one of the things.
Arbitrary decision.
I was thinking about was seeing if there's a way to play as Peach instead, or Daisy, but even better because Daisy looks more like Cal.
What, on original Nintendo?
Not on original Nintendo. If you're even playing it on your computer, do like a whatever. You may as well see if there's a way to like play the exact normal game, but with her being able to be Daisy instead.
I guess so. I mean,
I
don't know. When it comes to like Mario for NES, I feel like it's not like. The character's hardly even gendered. It's like an 8-bit little. I mean, I don't know. I could look around and see if mods exist for original Nintendo, but I don't know if they do.
Because she does look a little bit like Peach, and I mean.
Spacer's choice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I suppose so.
It's just one of those things where I remember as a little girl, like the moment I found out Samus was a girl, I was like, oh, thank God.
Most ROMs allow you to play as alternate characters. Do they? I've never heard of that.
And there was Jill of the Jungle, and that's the only 2 I can think of. Like until I got into things like Betrayal on Antar, where we had Kaylin. Like there was
so much clearance stuff.
Like there were some other things like that. And
Outlet doesn't have a Canadian online set. Oh, so the entire store that you work at, there's no way for people to buy it online, so you've just got lots of shit. I get it. Bam, bam.
All right, maybe we'll head down. Time you open tomorrow. Mostly joking. I don't know if we'll have time tomorrow. Going all the way to Langford and back.
Yeah, are you working tomorrow, or I don't know? You said something about your thumb or your finger or something, right? Did you got some sort of injury?
Oh, she can't play D&D if she's an injured finger.
Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Keeping him careful.
That's when you're working, or that's when the store is open. Keeping him careful and true. What are you talking about, Silas?
Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here.
Welcome,
Silas
say
watches
hi.
over him when I get...
Bring you a Starbucks.
When I can't leave the house.
Like
I'm
dealer's
sorry.
choice, or do you have a special thing you like?
Parvati?
Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you?
Got a question for you.
Yeah?
The real question, Turtles, is do you have
Heard any news
lots
about
of
the
dinosaur
Hope?
stuff?
The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the aether, never to be found
And
again.
one day, man to Jenny, that man will be dead.
Ain't heard that
You
one
don't have to
since
worry
I was
about it
but a
anymore.
stripling. Can't say
Runs
it was
up everything with
terribly
clearance
convincing
tags and
as far as
mass
rumors
buys it all at
go.
90%
Is there a
off.
reason you asking?
Ugh, that's annoying.
Hey, literary shoes.
Store hours near there all day. Nice. Hey, Larry Shoes, what's happening? You love this game, nice. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. It's intense. The humor behind the kind of extreme late stage capitalism thing is like well done, but also it is like dark and like sad, you know? Like it's dreary. It's intense. I'm only just starting, so I don't understand you saying everybody's forgotten about us?
Hope's just a rumor, friend. Ancient rumor at that. Maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over to the Cantina?
Oh, there I
Get
am.
yourself some zero-G brew. It's a brew that's good for what
Don't care if that isn't a command, it's happening. It
It
absolutely is. Your avatar
Your little avatar hugged her.
goes over and hugs people. Makes a bunch of little hearts and stuff. It's definitely a stream avatar's command. Hooked on a feeling.
Hi, Mark.
Who wants a body massage? What's happening, Mark? E. Kraus. Clearance is 60% off at the moment. It was a nice surprise today. Dang. Oh, look at all the hearts. I don't understand. They said the colony was expecting us.
Look, I don't know what's got you caterwauling about hope this and colony that, but you need to stop, or there's gonna be trouble. Trouble's in the asking. Board don't much care for folk running their mouths, spreading hoaxes and the like.
Think about calling
Frankly,
in
neither
and
do
taking
I.
tomorrow off.
Something I can do for you?
I didn't sleep very well last night. Aw, you bringing in little catty.
We need to talk about Eugene.
Yeah? What about him?
You first. I know you buried him.
Well, yeah. That's what I'm
Look at
contractually
that. Look what
obligated
Mark's
to do.
doing.
What's this about?
Ridiculous. Solid gold teeth could be worth something if we pulled them out.
Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we was supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away, vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Or he rose from the dead.
Mark.
Mark. Oh, who wants to see my new bathing
I'll
suit?
keep an eye out for them, I guess.
Let me
I haven't
know
tried
if
it
you
on
find
yet, so I don't know if
anything.
it fits. It's allowed. Like hot tub streams are allowed. Fuck it, I'm turning it on.
About those fees you wanted?
You run into any trouble?
I'm in favor of you in a swimsuit. Just so you know. I'm a fan. I did manage to snag one desk lamp out of the pile of stuff the guy rounded up this time, because there were like 12 and a $70 fire pit for 18 bucks the day before he came in. Now it's just some random plumbing stuff left in the clearance bins. Oh.
What a penis. Who tells them when the clearance deals are? Just don't tell them what days they happen.
I'm all done paperwork, fees, and signatures.
Reliable work from a freelancer.
Your
That's
jury
gonna take
duty,
some
Mark?
getting used to.
I went out of my way for you.
What was that?
And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
I'm telling this guy I went out of my way for him. I was hoping for something more tangible.
Oh, suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
Abernathy was trying to hide his own illness.
Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy.
Hi.
Hot tub stream.
Oh, because you're wearing white, the light is just bouncing off you. It's hard to see you.
This is my new bathing suit.
Isn't that why he wanted me to collect his fees?
I needed his fees because of his name. A, for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
What's your size, Ranzo Jenny? I can get you one. They had a few of them, and they're at Winners, which is one of our. You guys have Winners in the U.S. Is that a Canadian thing, or is that like one of those things that happens down there too?
You should put the light dimmer to about the halfway point. Because if you dim it
also,
only
like-
slightly, then it'll...
You can also just like private message me your size. You don't have to like tell the world.
I don't know how he finds out about clearance deals, but he always shows up when we put everything on racks to be moved up to the front for maximum visibility. Wild.
He's an inside person. Maybe he's banging one of the staff. Have you looked into it? Maybe he's got a mole on the inside.
I'll scooch back a bit so you can be more in frame if you like. You might be able to move your chair in more if you want.
So like, how many desktop wallpapers are just this?
It makes
like,
your beard
anime
look super
girl with-
strange.
And little bikini.
Well, it gets rid of my mustache, so it really just looks like a neck beard, which is fitting because it's anime.
You're sassy.
Yeah.
A little sassy swipe there. Take a little sassy swipe in anime, guys. What are you
I'm
gonna
just
do
being
about
silly.
it? What are you gonna do about it?
I'm more enweebed than ever.
Oh dear.
Your reputation with the faction has changed. Hey, that's cool. But the boss man calls him, or actually just does daily drive-bys.
If the
You think
boss
they
man
got a
calls
deal?
him, why even have you guys move all the shit to the front? Just have him come in like 2 hours before closing, set aside everything he wants in like a loading bay, and then just buy it
Deniability?
all. It's so weird.
12% positive with Spacer's Choice.
People are weird.
Still neutral to the faction. Okay.
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. Why is my PP hard? Or is it? Well, you see, we need to start with the PP itself. The hardening of the PP is called
This is
an
my new bathing
erection.
suit.
Mm-hmm.
Move in a little closer for everyone to see the pattern.
That is what it looks like.
It's cute. I like white bathing suits. I don't know. Maybe I just feel more visible. And that way when I fall in the water, people will come flip and save me.
I feel like red is probably the most visible.
White is. That's why all sailors wear white. It's actually like the color to wear if you want to be found in the water. Like, it's... Honestly, I love one pieces too. I should like two pieces because they're so much easier to go to the washerman, but I don't know. Something about like... I just
Die
like
robot.
the lines of it better, I think. I just like the look. I don't like that... With two pieces, you always have to worry, like, is it going to dig in too much here? Is it going to dig in too much here? Is it going to dig in here? What's going to go on here? It's like... One piece, it's like, okay, so right here, this is almost always fine. As long as you get something with a big enough cup. Check that before you buy it, you're fine. And then lower down, you kind of have to worry and make sure it's big enough, but... Like, it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, the top fit, but the bottom didn't. And people are like, oh, just go to the place where you can do mix and match top and bottom. It's like, okay, but then I'm like buying small bottoms and like a huge top. That's what everyone wants. And then suddenly I can't buy it anyway. It's just hard.
Wish I'd love to stick around. Need to get some sleep. Good night, all.
Sure,
Hugs all
like,
around. Sounds good.
Not
Have an awesome
expensive right
night,
now.
literary
Jenny,
issues.
if you want to figure out what your size is, message me. I'll see if they've got any left in your size, because
Sleep well.
Expensive.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
If you like it. They had other colors as well that were far less exciting. Different patterns as well. It wasn't the same pattern and color. But, oh my god, if you ever come to the city, there's this amazing woman and like her daughter's team that called Paradise Swimwear. And they like make all their own swimsuits. And they've got these swimsuits, especially if you are a heavier in the boobs woman. Holy shit, they've got things that actually fit and fit well. And I buy a lot of swimsuits from them, but they are like not cheap. But they make everything from scratch. And like, I remember a friend of mine went in.
I think heavier in the boobs woman is a technical term.
Yeah. And I have a friend who is like Willow. You remember Willow? What would you say Willow's figure is? What body type would you call Willow?
Necklace.
Like she just
tossball card. Cool.
She's like
I'm a heavier in the boobs man. Can I get one? I'm sure you can.
Hi, Dragon Snooze. So yeah, she's like, you know those little idols of like what the goddess woman used to look like? That's what she looks like. She's like not overly tall, and she's got like huge breasts, and that goes in, and then huge that. It's like she's just like, and she's just like squished and short.
How's it going, Dragon
She's lovely,
Snooze?
but she has a lot of difficulty with bathing suits, and she found one there that actually fits. Fertility idol. She looks like a fertility idol, exactly. That's her body type. Is fertility idol.
Am I allowed to pick this lock, or is that not allowed?
She found one. She's like, oh, I just really wish it was in this fabric here because I love this fabric. No, it's not an hourglass. She's definitely on the pear shape because hourglass you need to be same size up here as you are in the hips. Almost every single woman is pear shaped. It's extremely rare to be triangle or hourglass as a woman. I am about as close as you get to hourglass. My friend who is a seamstress has informed me. I am a 34 up here, 34, 36 up here. My waist is at at the time when she was measuring me for my wedding dress, was a 28. And then my hips were a 36, 38, depending. So I'm like, oh no, I was even closer than that. Yeah, cylinder shape is totally a thing too. I have one friend who is a triangle shaped woman. I've got two triangle women. It's rarer, very rare. Hourglass is pretty hard, apparently rare. It's just because it's like, statistically you're either going to be triangle or pear, right?
Okay. Ready for the weekend?
I don't even know why we put these.
It's here now.
Exactly. Why did we put these words to it? Like, it's like, is square an option? Like, you know, things like that. But yeah, it's a weird thing. Because then they put words to it. Another one I like is when they use words like fruit. Like, are you an apple shape? It's like, what does that mean? What is an apple shape? Right? Are you human shaped? You raise a great point, Hungy, sorry.
What's the symbol on this? I don't understand what that means.
It means snuggles. It helped.
It's got a little red
right?
icon.
Thank you, Dragon Snooze. It's apparently like a body type, and I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't understand what that means.
I think a friend of mine officially is Apple too, and she was not happy when she heard that. She's like, yeah, see, that's not actually a shape though. The shape is entirely apparently based on like just 3 measurements, like rib cage, waist, hips. Right? I think. Oh, she does have an oddly short torso. She has crazy long legs. She has like the longest legs I've seen on a human being for that size of torso. Like she has maybe even a shorter torso than me, but she's 6 foot tall. She just has like whoosh legs, like just all legs. If you like legs, you would love this woman. She's just pure legs.
Dorito shaped when you do pull-ups.
And then she's like on the rounder side up top. So
I'm like in Outer Worlds. I'm digging it, Dragon's News. Yeah, it's the humor in it is really good. It's like very
well, it's funny
sort
because
of
for men, there's kind of like words like that too. Sorry, sweetie.
It's very sort of like tongue-in-cheek and like very kind of it reminds me of Fallout. It's like very, very sort of similar to Fallout. I think they do a great job of it.
Rancid Jenny gets it. Also, for explaining sizes of babies, we use the fruit quite a bit to explain the size of the baby. Like when I was pregnant, I was looking through my old emails, and it's like I was like week of the
plasma, the red icon, good against flesh and mantisaurs. Does damage over time. Okay.
And like what size the baby was about.
Because it's red, I thought that was like a bad thing. It seemed like a negative, so I didn't know what that.
I don't know. I don't like the word as well.
I didn't know what that indicated.
Yeah, I'm officially
damage
pear,
types.
But I'm like
okay.
a really mal-shaped pear.
The only fruit size that works is boob size when explaining to men.
No. As I said, we used it for Cal when she was a baby. Like she was weak of the blueberry. Like started weak of the bean, went to blueberry, and then we had like.
Yeah, it's not a fruit system. It's just.
It was mostly
foods
fruit.
in general.
Almost everything was a fruit. Like from blueberry went to cherry tomato, which is a fruit, which went to ended up watermelon. Like we ended on fruit. It was almost all fruit. I think bean was one of the only not fruits.
Incoming.
Oh, and potato. It was weak of the potato. Potato's not a fruit.
Everyone all right?
Grab these sprat hides. Oh, they're rabid sprats. I see. So that's what made them red on my radar. Really, I'm an
That's
apple.
amazing, Dragon's News. That makes me way happier than it should.
A fruity way of saying.
You remember the food because it's cute. Flying turtles. Like I remember when I told my mom like Cal's the size of a bean, and she then decided Cal was her little bean baby. I'm like, no, I don't like that. Don't call her that. That's awful. And then we ended up telling another friend of ours about our pregnancy, maybe even that late. And then she was the size of a potato, and so then she was baby potato. And so like our friend literally for the baby shower made a thing like a hanging garland that says "Welcome Potato." And I was like, she's not a potato anymore. I didn't say she because we were not telling anyone what sex.
Cuz posted the daily about the comparative size of her daughter pre-birth. It's kind of neat. It's like a lot of fun for the parents, you know, to have an idea of what's
your
going
mom
on
loved it.
inside of a, you know, human being that they know. SpongeBob body is now a term. Sure. You know what they say: beer before whiskey before wine. You're having a good time. Dudes who lift and skip leg day. The 12-week mark, Sam was a peanut. The great Spud Lord.
I wish there was like a gender-neutral term for lord and emperor and things like that. Oh, there is. Wait, I know it's pharaoh. You're male or female, you're a pharaoh.
Well, there's
Hail the great Spud Pharaoh.
There's lord and lady.
But that's not gender neutral. Neither of those are gender neutral.
Oh, I thought you were just saying a female version of it.
No, I just want, well, because it's like Hail the Great Spud Lord. It's like, bet if I wanted to do it without telling anyone the gender of the baby, the Spud Pharaoh, it works. Pharaoh of the Spud. There have been,
I guess I'll just sort them by
a few female pharaohs.
It's been.
But everyone's favorite should be, and if it isn't, you're wrong, Hatshepsut. And she's the best. Ask me why.
Those weapons. And then...
That's fair. I'm sure I looked manic for a second there. I almost went to see the
Why is
lady
this
who's
worth
like
so
one of the
much?
head researcher for that, and they said that she's coming back to town, and Hatshepsut. Hatshepsut was a pharaoh. Back in the day, she was less inbred than the average pharaoh by a huge chunk, so she was kind of a big deal as far as her abilities. Because usually it was just like a lot of inbreeding, but her dad was a warlord from, like, he was one of the major generals, and like he ended up leading like a coup d'etat against the current extremely inbred pharaoh and becoming the new pharaoh. And so her dad was new blood. And then all those inbred wives weren't considered high up enough because they needed to be closer related to him, but he didn't have any sisters. So I think it was like his cousin or second cousin that he ended up having to marry as his top wife, which is where, from one of his top wives, which is where he got Hatshepsut. And then he also got from some of his other second cousins or something like that, 3 males who are very important. However, which makes Hatshepsut really interesting is that she was immediately chosen to be God's wife of Amen, which is an extremely high up priestess position, which means that she was heavily, heavily educated at a very young age. Like, I'm talking like 3 years old. They were pulling her aside and being like, all right, this one survived to 3. She's probably going to make it. Training. She was a full-fledged, extremely educated priestess by the age of 10. She was she probably had more pressure on her to do well in school than any of her brothers did. And her father probably actually paid attention to her because she was important. So she was probably allowed at court and a lot of court functions, things like that. She was kind of like a big deal pretty young. She had some brothers who were older than her. She was going to be their head wife. Whoever survived the father she was going to be the head wife. Or she would have become the wife of her father, because that was pretty common too.
You need a lot of units. And 25 participants, which is awesome. The more participants, the better, because that means more prizes for everybody. More rewards.
I literally will keep talking about Hatshepsut unless someone stops me. Because I think she's so cool. Oh, she was a cool lady. So the mother of whoever was the pharaoh is also very important. And whoever was the mother of the...
Spent the last half an hour writing dates in your new diary, like I'll ever look at it again. I mean, if you commit to writing in it, I'm sure you'll,
I mean, if you got half an hour of dates to record, you've got a far more active life than either of us do. Am I right, sweetie?
That is a thing. This next battle
I'm not jealous. I'm just,
is a loyalty gold battle. So whoever redeems the channel point redeem first will get an extra 200 gold.
Ooh.
Rocket 69.
Black Roses likes money.
69.
Oh, so does John 82 Black Sheep, but he was slightly too slow.
Well, if we have enough participants, there'll be 2 of them to hand out, but I think we need 31 people to hand out 2 of them. So we shall see.
I will drop something, do what I can, do my part.
We shall see. Parents nice and reports this job's a bitch. Yeah, that sounds unfun.
Bitch.
Unfun.
Alright, stream
Yeah, I don't think I want an assault rifle. I think the sniper rifle, single target damage, or like, single shot damage, I think is the way to go. And I'm kind of committing to this sawed-off shotgun before I know how good it is, but we'll see. Wow, what a flattering suit that one is. Yeah, this is the thing to wear, at least in town. So he's going to use one of my spikes. That's fine. One is tolerable. Assaulted rifle. I'll just refund myself and Black Sheep can have it. Oh, it's up to you. You know, quick on the draw is how it works. If you like. Personal files. Ideals for Saltuna Light taglines. Melts on your fork, not in your mouth. Less fat with some Saltuna flavor. It's brine time. Now with a satisfying crunch of cartilage. You can't spell Saltuna without salt. Note, also can't spell Saltuna with aunts. Potential to market toward families? Leading scientists say it's still food. The Saltuna will thank you. Warning, may cause auditory hallucinations. We'll add more later. Hey boss, just wanted to check up on the new Saltuna Light project. I've been brainstorming some new taglines for the product line, and I think some of them will really catch our customers' attention. Dear Lawrence, I appreciate your hard work on behalf of our beloved brand of Saltuna. I've just received a response from corporate. They're not interested in your idea of a light version of the Saltuna brand because we'd rather not compete with ourselves. But they are interested in the idea of lighter Saltuna. Effective immediately, we've been instructed to use heavier weighted cans so we can pack them with less Saltuna, thereby saving bits to every can. This is exactly the kind of breakthrough our cannery needs. In fact, our logistics department has just confirmed my request to have you transferred from the marketing division to the cannery. Can you imagine, Lawrence? You'll be rubbing elbows with your fellow workers on the canning line, filling each slightly heavier can with slightly less Saltuna hour after hour, day after day. This is a great and tremendous honor for you and for me. Effective immediately, your position in our marketing division has been terminated. I expect you to report to our foreman tomorrow morning. Your uniform will be deducted from your pay. Welcome! I'm gonna hold off on unlocking the balcony from that terminal because I might be able to receive experience by doing it manually. We'll find out. I just picked up a drink that I think had the word ambidextrous like embedded in its name. That's funky. Oh, that's what it is. I didn't even see it during the minute that the webcam redeem goes on. Yeah, all the channel point redeems for the most part like directly interact with the stream in one way or another. Keep it just in case you pull off the 2 chest, but if not, then just give it to Black Sheep. Okay, well, let me know. So kind. Getting first on the draw, and then just being like, no other people. Yeah, give me that 150 XP. So legit. Whoa! Oh, Jesus. That's literally my stepdad's life. Except going from maintenance area to maintenance area. Oh man, this is a mindfuck. Hang on, I can get that. Nope. There we go. Oh my god, it's like playing inverted. Whew, there we go. Can you make it over? Whoa! Okay, so like, there's no Fallout or Skyrim game where your companions can jump. And so like, I wasn't expecting her to jump anyway, but also I wasn't expecting there to be like pathing for your NPCs to jump over a gap. That like, that shook me up. That was wild. I was not expecting that even a little bit. Look at her go. That's fucking cool. Wow, that's really, really cool. Saltuna sounds like a weird name that they would have bullied. Oh, Jesus. Bullied me with in high school. Oh my god, Hungy. Always picking the ones that make it hardest for me. That's fine. Luckily I've got no enemies around here. Oh, hang on. Oh my god, looting with that going on. What is this? Ah, whatever. It's mine now. New gold standard. Yeah, totally. Have to include that in Elder Scrolls 6? That would be good.
Oh, hi, didn't see you there.
Except the ones who are dead. Oh, I should make a macro for myself so that it toggles off my normal noise gate, toggles on the one that makes it so that you can be heard properly, and toggles visibility on the extended webcam.
Just call it waifu cam.
I could, like F3 or something like that, or F4 could just be the button that does all of that with one keystroke.
Maybe it's whenever people want to see that really cute picture of Cal being stolen by fairies.
It is pretty cute.
Pretty great.
It is true, though. So down with waifu cam? I think most are. And not just because Sonnet's a total babe, but also because her inclusion on the stream is of added benefit to the stream itself.
I literally do still just want to keep talking about
that really hurt.
I'm sorry. Didn't mean to hurt you. I just want to talk about powerful and important women in history.
Beta, we're releasing on time. Horny right now. I mean, you know, hungry can literally mean horny. That is not
hungry like the wolf.
Not a wild way to
Let's play hungry like the wolf.
Not a particularly strange way to interpret.
I'm sure Rox loves
the word.
80s music like that.
I have 2 of these helmets. That jingle cracks me up.
Hey, those guns. Look at that muscle. It's not bad. Not bad at all.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Wild.
You don't even know. I have a lot. I have a lot of powerful women in history that I feel very strongly about. Like, ones that I feel like we should know more about in general. I was already giving a lecture on Hatshepsut, which was very important, and everyone should know about.
Huh.
Oh my god, speaking of, there's a book about some Queens in the Dark Ages that I really want to get. I should message you for you to get me.
You sir need a bonk? Who needs a bonk?
I believe Hungy does not know that Ranzagini is a lady. And
in fact, I would say probably more than 50% of chat right now happens to be women.
No, it doesn't make sense. There are no girls on the internet, man.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So, statistically, impossible. Tell you what, want to do it Monday?
I really want Drunk Sonnet to give us a lecture.
Monday, I got nothing.
The song's just heaven. It's pretty legit. What was the meme that's like, oh, I think it was for Donkey Kong Country or whatever.
Oh my god.
Where it's like,
love it.
Just the meme is basically like, oh, we need like you know, some sort of song for this monkey riding a swordfish, and then it's like proceeds to create the most transcendent piece of music in video gaming history. You guys want to see what my new shotgun does? Because I don't know yet. Let's find out.
Okay, sweetie, what do you think this swimwear company's name is? It's kind of offensive.
Whoa! There's a bunch of marauders up there. I wasn't expecting that at all. Jesus. Everyone on the internet's a guy. Confirmed. Fact. Absolutely. I have my titties.
It's okay, Black Roses. Men have titties.
Yeah, aquatic ambience is great.
There are like loads of men with titties. You're fine.
Have you heard the mix of Donkey Kong Country 2 and Phil Collins in the air tonight? I have not.
Bra? You're a dude. It's that simple. That's why all feminists are men. Easy. See? I fixed it. Fixed the thing.
Whew, that was a little bit intense. Oh my god, stop all that backstepping.
I am. Wait, sorry. I love camping. Ever gone metal camping? It's intense.
The joke being that you spend your time inside of a tent.
I need more wine.
Throw the remix in my song request queue. Let's hear it. Okay, skills.
SR and then the song.
What skills do we want?
The blank. What do you think of the wine, by the way, sweetie?
What were we gunning for? Oh man, this is fucking with my brain. The whatever skill this says is the persuade skills. Use it. Right. So I think we were going with stealth ones. Yeah, to make it so we could get restricted items in vending machines. And also get more cash in containers. It'll also up our sneak a little bit. Sneak attack unaware enemies while crouched to deal bonus damage. That seems useful too.
What 3D print black roses? What's going on here?
There we go.
This 3D print. Okay.
Trying to stick it to your wall? Like with a suction cup in the shower?
Exactly.
I can think of some things.
There you go. See, Rocks went the same place.
Sonnet is a problem solver. Donkey Kong does have some of the best game music ever. It's kind of crazy, especially for a platformer. It's like one of the only platformers with really amazing music.
Almost makes it dirtier.
Senator printed me a black rose. I'm trying to use blue tack. Aw, that's cute.
Hi, Judah.
I like the idea of it.
I'm showing off my new bathing suit while drinking wine.
Having an actual black rose. You know, it's cute.
Normal Friday.
Reading upside down isn't insane, but it's not easy. Okay, cheaper things from vending machines? Nah.
I also showed off my amazing muscles dilation. Earlier, I do manual labor at work. Like a cool person.
Time dilation.
I do like my new bathing suit. I think I made a right choice.
That's tempting.
There were so many other colors. There was like these. It was actually a really pretty blue color as well, and things like that.
Component or companion crit chance.
Yeah.
Additional ammo stock.
I take my kids swimming once a week, True Hug. Like I don't know what world you live in, but we've got these beautiful pools up in Canada.
Tactical time dilation recharge rate.
Several in town. One has like this wave function, so it's like you're at the ocean without having to get cold. It's great.
I think that's the one. Or we can make it last longer, the dilation. Maybe having the meter have a higher max.
Once a week.
No, let's get it back sooner.
Got a little video of her singing the Tiny Turtle song. It's pretty great.
There we go. Try command strips or some thin wire and a thumbtack. For the term slave labor for the way underpaid? Yeah, that's fitting. I would say that's a like a correct definition.
Our wave pool is in this like pool. I'm actually owning a pool in Canada. That would be stupid. You mean an ice rink? You don't own an ice rink? No, that's normal. Our part of Canada, not so much. There are a few people who own pools. It's just super
most
rare.
definitely. You could have a pool here, but a pool is like just sort of pissing money. Like we have really good rec centers.
We have such good rec centers. So it's like
rec centers in Canada aren't just seen as like places for homeless to go and shower. They're actually like legitimate, useful, well maintained, nice places to be.
I love the one out in Gordon Head. That one's lovely.
Having a swimming pool is like insane. Like the cost of owning and heating a swimming pool is fucking silly.
The cost of land alone in our city, it's like, why would you own a swimming pool? Are you made of money? Like, who used to have one? Actually, you know, Jazz and John. John's parents had
Heavy
one,
for blue tack.
and then they lived in the same place.
Wave pools are fun to get smoked in the head by a kid on a floaty. Yeah, you need to go when it's not super busy.
Yeah. Don't go to pool when it's busy. What are you doing? No. Like, Cal and I go to the pool at like 7 a.m. It's great. Entire place is to ourselves. She's awake. I'm awake.
So this area's like all abandoned, I guess.
And especially in Gordon Head, there are so many old Asian women like doing Pilates and stuff in the water. It's amazing. And they all are like obsessed with Cal. Last time she wore a panda dress, and every single old Asian who went past her in the change room was like, "Oh, your little dress!" It was so cute. They were like in love with her.
Yeah, she is cute as hell.
Oh, they were so in love with her panda dress. I didn't even think about it. And she was because she wanted her panda dress on, and every single one was like, "And you know what animal
Oh, this is the
What
remix.
animal is that?" And like, oh my god,
I
they
can
were
just
so blown
barely
away.
hear sort of like 16-bit music. It's hard to hear the Donkey Kong music in this remix. Oh, there it is.
I'm twirling this like it's a red. It's like just how
Hey,
I drink
lock
wine
pick.
now. This is a lovely wine though.
Sucked into the wave machine. What a way to go.
Turtles, when's your birthday? I'm buying you this wine for your birthday. I think you'd really like it. And I think you should drink it without Arclight. Because I don't think he would appreciate it like you would. I think you would love the shit out of it.
It's a little
That's
quiet.
a real problem, Black Rose. Is
The music?
I work in a very large wine store, and I sometimes can't find a wine that I feel like drinking. It's a real problem.
I could turn it up a bit, but I'm worried about it drowning out Sonnet because
I
she's
am
so far from the
quiet.
mic.
Apparently. Am I quiet? Am I
Sometimes. Well,
quiet,
you
demure little girl?
you fluctuate pretty massively from like almost whispering to
Oh yeah.
to almost shouting.
Private message me your birthday. I think I should get you this for your birthday. This, or there's actually a few others. Oh, I know what I should get you for your birthday. I'm getting you flying turtles. I'm getting you one of Rox's
Nice.
favorite
Jesus.
wines. That is a white.
The amount of ammo that you get in this game is fucking ludicrous.
It depends on what you're eating, True Hog, I find. Like, white over red is very dependent. Like, sometimes you're just in the mood for it. Like, today I was.
Oh, that sucks, Black Roses.
Okay, so
Didn't get anything you liked.
I cycled home in
Womp womp.
2 degrees Celsius, which I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I don't freedom units.
Assault rifle.
But so I cycled home in that. I came home relatively chilly. Came inside and it feels like it's the tropics in here as a result of that, because it's just like, what the hell is this temperature? What are we at here? 23 degrees Celsius. That's madness. After you go from 2 degrees to 23, it's like,
Yeah, it's pretty warm. It's somewhere in the vicinity of like 76
it's cold in freedoms, yeah.
Fahrenheit, maybe? Or I don't know, maybe more like 80.
Yeah, so I went from 35.6 to like 80. And now I'm in a bathing suit drinking white wine. Was not planning on drinking white wine tonight. I was planning on having an unhealthy snack, watching bad television, and going to bed, as is tradition. And instead, I'm on stream, ranting about female pharaohs, drinking white wine. We have more than one bourbon barrel aged red wine.
Bourbon barrel?
Bourbon. Named after the Bourbon dynasty of France.
Bourbon barrel?
Which, of course,
Just
was
like red, but white just
the
flows better
king
with
in
me now.
charge during the Three Musketeers, which is why I know way more about it than I should.
I definitely prefer a red personally,
does.
but I'll drink a white. I have no
hasn't
no
drank much of it.
qualms.
And he hasn't, like, commented on my notes that I gave you earlier at all, Turtles.
I also had a bunch of beer and then
It's
whiskey,
true.
so I'm feeling
But yeah.
just buzzing.
Okay. Hungarians are often undervalued, too, which is really nice, because it's like an old world wine producing area of Europe, so you just get, like, these really lovely things that are just less money than they should be. Which is kind of the dream. Oh my god, speaking of, there's a South African that's apparently, like, insane in my store right now. I haven't bought it yet. I need to work my brain up to it. Oh my god, True Hog, we've got a beautiful, beautiful, like hyper buttery Carniana chard, and I've been waiting for a moment to drink it. I'm thinking maybe Valentine's? We'll see. We'll see how Rox feels. But speaking of sweet, I don't know if I mentioned,
Jesus, that was a
have your
little bit
birthday off.
intense.
So you can do, I don't know, your birthday screen, whatever the heck you want to do.
Sure. If you lean on my chair, it turns me.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie.
It's okay.
Yeah, Malbecs are pretty great. The big thing I love about Malbecs is that they really nail the blackberry note in a way that most wines don't. They have that sort of, like, rustic, wild berry note that is really, really hard to get in a lot of wines. A lot of wines, they've really worked too hard. Oh, so Malbec's a very refined wine. I'm not saying it's not a refined wine. It's one of the 6 grapes allowed in Bordeaux. It's a lovely grape. In a large amount of the old world, they really don't go Malbec heavy. There are, of course, exceptions. Some of the areas of South France, but sorry, someone got me in work mode. Who did this to me? You are worth it, Black Roses.
Are there any more fucking marauders around, I wonder?
Quick tip though, True Hog, check the alcohol percentage on every fucking Malbec you pick up. Every once in a while I find one at like 12.5% alcohol. Like even 13.
Oh, this is a loading
13.5.
zone.
If it's too low in alcohol, you start getting like these weird kind of notes out of it that I really don't like. Plus it comes out a little watery. Some grapes can really do a low alcohol fine and like get all the fucking notes and be just beautiful no
Almost
matter
got
what.
some Moet and
Gamay
Chandon.
Noir,
Nice.
Champagne. Champagne's gonna do a low alcohol, no problem. There's wines you can really just like shine low alcohol. Malbec is not one of them. You really need to make sure the goddamn...
Yeah, Malbec I think is more popular than ever over the last few years.
It's not a rising star in the way that some of the others are, but it's definitely still got its fan base. There are some rising stars there. There always are. Honestly, Cab Franc is really getting more attention lately than it has been.
That's a shame.
Don't worry, no one's noticed the Argentinian one. Ours is safe. But it went up like 50 cents. But ours is mostly safe. I'm sorry, Black Roses. I'm a horrible, horrible influence. But if you want my opinion on wines, I'm here for you, girl. It's weird. The way the shadows are falling.
Oh, I thought maybe I could get up there.
I love Cab Franc. Cab Franc is really great because it...
I don't know how I feel about this remix.
So the big thing...
Whoa!
While it does not have as many notes as... that's really strong statement, True Hog. Rosés are all over the fucking map. You can't say that. If
Are
you
there
like
mines
some
around?
Whites, you'll like some rosés. Rosés are like... It's like saying... I don't like white. It's like they're all over the map. There's just... You can't just say it about one... It's... No. Rosés are everywhere. Come here and visit us. I will show you some goddamn rosé you will like.
Okay, I know how to identify them now.
12 balls to find one
Jesus
you like, but there will be
Christ.
one you like, because there's one everyone likes.
Do I get experience if I shoot them? No. So I can't disarm them.
What I absolutely love about it though is it gets one of the hardest to notice notes. So in wine there are certain fruits that are just really hard to nail, and Cab Franc can get me goddamn
Jesus.
raspberry. Raspberry is
Those were intense.
a beautiful flavor, and it's so hard to get.
Oh my god, my health is so low. This is scary.
Okay, True Hog. I mean, I'm sure you know what you're talking about. I'm just saying.
Go to the
that
shops getting some wines at night.
So many goddamn styles. I'm really shocked.
I mean, especially if you're gonna stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cab Franc's a good call.
Good
Black
Lord,
sheep.
what is coming on? The chair is coming off on me. Yeah, no, I think rosés, especially like my absolute favorite.
Cheap rosés are fucking awful.
Ridiculously.
When it comes to
mineral
cheap
ones.
wine, I would say a cheap rosé is worse than a cheap red or a cheap white.
That's true. You can do cheap white and you can do cheap red better than you can do cheap rosé. Oh, there is that one South African that we don't mind. That's only like $15 a bottle though.
You do kind of have to splash out if you want to have a half decent rosé. And even then, honestly, I can see not liking them. They're, you know,
I think like a super minerally one, especially if he's into Chard. So
yeah, but you don't oak a rosé. I'm
Yeah, you do.
guessing
Orange wines.
like I don't know. I don't think I've ever had an oaked
oh, I can get
rosé.
you one. They're more expensive, but they exist.
I
Actually, you know what
guess
really makes a really nice one?
you
It's
can
actually
for
apple
$15 get like a good like oaked Chard, like and especially True Hog's probably drinking mostly American
Yeah, it's
like
true. No, he said he
oaky
likes Malbec,
Chardonnays.
which is, you know. Okay, yeah, the Chardonnays are gonna be all from the U.S. and yeah. Chardonnay is such a weird little beast, isn't it? You get your Chablis, your like
Do I want to go up here?
mineral oak. Oh, love a Chablis. But you also get your like.
Oh, it's like this is a whole neighborhood. I see. Oh, so it's all been like taken over by raiders and shit.
The, like,
I get what's
creamiest,
happening.
Buttery
All right, let's head back to
popcorn,
town for
vanilla
now.
Fun times. So I mean, you're all over the place with Chard. I will say though, French oak is underutilized. And there's
Vanilla Fun Times is my stripper
really-
name.
It is. He strips every Tuesday night.
Yeah, I
coming
can't
out of
stream
the
without
Fox.
wine. It's true. I try and always hand it back. Not opposed to trying new things. Drink lots of French and Spanish, American too.
Yeah.
I just mean in terms of
But French oak on a
the-
Chardonnay is beautiful. You just get that really subtle like toasted hazelnut. Oh,
shards
beautiful
that you're
shit.
a lot of the shards
Love
that you're
it.
probably drinking in the States are gonna be from the States because they make good wine and they're not super
Well, if he's drinking
expensive
French, if
because
he's drinking
they're
French,
local.
He might be drinking some of the good French.
But I'm just saying, like, I like oaked Chardonnays, and I find that the U.S. Oaks their Chardonnays quite heavily. So
Oh, yeah.
they're, you know, for somebody who likes an oaky Chard, they're great. Some of the cheaper ones are kind of like
We have an oaky Chard
artificially
in the
oaked,
fridge. We could have
essentially.
that instead of
But
this.
how do I get fucking into this thing? What the hell?
That's what he said. Anyway.
Oh, I think maybe I go at an angle. Oh, fucking!
Oh,
she literally just walked in front of me.
That is also what he said.
It's true. California ends up being wine country. Yeah, like there's a lot of wines out of California for sure.
I legitimately don't
It's also a
drink
good amount
that
out of
much
Oregon.
Out of California. There's a few. Hey, turtles.
Washington also
Yeah,
makes
girl.
a lot of wine, for that matter.
I think there's only like, oh good lord, someone told me the statistics. It's very few states in the U.S. that don't actually produce wine. The Pinot Noirs?
But yeah, like good
Pinot
wine,
Noirs
like
are
international sellers.
Beautiful out of Oregon. I love them. I will say, I still have like a little special place in my heart for a good Bourgognian. I've been to some pretty high-end wine tastings though with my job, so I've kind of got opinions. But oh my god, some of the stuff, especially what Druin's been doing, like their higher-end shit that Druin's been doing out of Oregon is just crazy good.
Like
I love a good Pinot out of Oregon, and Rox actually went down there and like tried some firsthand.
Yeah, absolutely. When I did my road trip, I definitely had a bunch of Oregon wines. It was insane how cheap they were. I mean, there's almost no liquor tax in the States in general, and then Oregon has no sales tax, and then they're also from there, so it was fucking insane how, you know, wines that I would pay $30 for here were like $10 there. It was ludicrous. Yeah, Oregon, I agree. I do think they have the best Pinots. Yeah, their Pinot Noirs, I think, are like some of the best that I've had.
I love an Oregon Pinot. They come out a little fruity for me though. They don't have that mushroom.
Like if I'm gonna drop $30 on a Pinot Noir, I'm probably gonna get
like dirt in my mouth.
Like what's it called?
And that asshole.
What's that fucking winery? Mayomi is like.
Oh.
You know, was one that I really enjoyed.
No, oh, sweetie, you don't like the latest vintages. The latest vintages were crap. They've really gone downhill.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We haven't even tried the latest vintage, but the latest vintage we tried. You were
yeah,
like,
the one before that was a little disappointing.
It was the Meiomi, and you're like, oh, awkward. I tell everyone this is good, and I'm like, yeah.
Oh yeah, there's that robot in the scrapyard.
I like things dirty. I want my wine to taste like someone accidentally threw like a handful of the forest in it. It's great.
Navigation systems
the worst.
failed.
I also like
Unable to
diesel Rieslings, like those.
I could probably fix that.
Oh my god.
I mean, if you
probably the best wine I ever had in my life was like at this.
You love J. Christopher wines then? His wines taste like dirt?
I love it. I love dirt wines. But no, straight up as Riesling. It tasted like diesel and it was so fucking good. And this Australian winemaker was making it. I went to Vancouver Wine Festival. I actually won a pass to every single day of the wine festival, including the day where trade isn't allowed. So I ended up going to the one where there was like free food and it was just crazy, and there were all these drink tickets instead. And I'm like, do I have to buy drink tickets? And I'd already been there for like the entire week, and every winemaker knew me. They're like, no, you're fine, you're fine. I was like, all right, cool. So I had a great day that day too. But holy shit, this one Australian. I remember I went up to the Australian guy. I'm like, oh, you're not pouring the Riesling? He's like, I don't really pour it for the public. I'm like, why not? He's like, sommeliers love it, restaurants love it, public doesn't know. I'm like, I don't know. You should give it a chance. He opened it for me, but like, it's a weird thing because I am mostly, believe it or not, a red drinker, and that
53, so I need
that's
one
wine
more.
I've ever had in my life.
Nice, I can fix up this robot if I get one more.
And it was under $100, which is impressive because I've had.
If I get one more point of engineering, I can fix up this mech, which may very well be a companion. And in doing so, or in order to do that, I can probably use some of these consumables that I've only sort of just discovered I have. I'm gonna mess with that in a minute. Couldn't stand it with my friends that like that enjoyed it.
We're at 20.
Hey, Holy crap, big old raid happening. Oh, hang on. It's hidden underneath my my current Stream Raiders battle. Oh my god.
Oh no, totally.
Classic. Murdering people in Roller Coaster Tycoon is truly a rite of passage for any gamer.
What are you gonna do the first time Cal does it? Like, will that be awkward for you when she's like?
Was that you were
7
playing
and
tonight?
realizes-
You were. Nice, nice. That's awesome. How's it going? Nix Romano, how you doing tonight? How is everyone? Love listening to people
I've been
describe the
drinking.
alcohols they like. Son enjoys dirt wine. Son enjoys whiskey that tastes like old Band-Aids and sewage water. Yeah, that's off-putting. I wouldn't describe anything that way.
I don't know what an old Band-Aid tastes like, so I got nothing there.
Yeah, me either. Wine so subject, like art. That's why it's fun to bicker. It didn't seem like it would work at first, but here we are. Did the raid almost break on you? We were just in the middle of a Stream Raiders battle, which has 200 gold going to... right, I'm refunding Black Roses and giving it to John. Black Sheep. There we go. And then Siobhan gets the Flying Rogues. And then we head over to our next battle. Open RCT 2. Oh, open Roller Coaster Tycoon 2? What is that?
Say Black Roses.
Is it like a fan-made thing?
And you didn't even like make the small like 7 to 32 hour drive up to see us, and I'm a little offended.
There we go. Little Stream Raiders action. Was doing a rather difficult hilly map, so it wasn't as much fun stuff as it was serious business. Gotta buckle down. Beat those levels.
Just put your thumb out, Black Roses. Hitchhike. You're in North America.
Yeah, what is Open Tycoon? Is that like a fan-made like remake or something like that, or what is it? This tasting whiskey's pretty good. Had a chance to try a good number of them when I was there. Nice. You can't drive. Oh no.
Oh wait, are we supposed to blame the senator that you can't drive? Was he supposed to teach you?
I don't know how you're gonna make it here without being able to drive. So I need
Tell the
plus
senator next
one
time you're in
tech.
town to fucking teach you how to drive. Sounds like you fucked the fuck up. Oh, fucking stick your smile out, girl. Or fly.
Mind attributes? Will that do it? That'll
Francis
probably
Jenny
do
raised
it.
a good
Right?
point. Why didn't you just fucking fly? Fly, 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 let it fly.
I'm guessing that's a mind skill, right? Engineering? I don't know how
I'm
much...
wearing a bathing suit. Be right back.
If I'm already at very high, will the mind stats even increase? I don't know how any of this works. I like that look.
No, sure.
I think that looks good on you.
I feel like it would be TOS, is that the term?
I mean, it would get me banned, but might be worth it. Fan-made rebuild of the base game to work better on newer systems and has some new additions. That's cool. Like some little quality of life stuff. We're blaming him for not driving me up. Looking for raid victims and saw it was a couple's stream. I had to click over and spread some love. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. Here we go. We're gonna give +1 to our mind attributes and figure out what that actually does to our skills. Because I don't know. I put my mind attributes, both my mind attributes, to as high as they can start at. So will it increase past very high? I don't know. And we're also going to learn by increasing a main attribute, how much does it increase the skills under it. So right now my tech skills are all at 28. So what's going to happen if I take my medicine here? Oh, no matter what, you have to use Adrena, and then you augment it with something else. I can't just take this on its own, eh? Oh, hold to use. Oh, okay. Let's do that. And then I'm guessing there's an animation, and it doesn't just apply. Okay, so it's at maximum. And my skills go... to 58. Oh, so right, it doesn't increase the main attribute, it's just the one in parenthesis. And I believe it was just at 53? So it's a +5?
Searching for repair.
I believe that's how it works.
Error.
Nice.
Navigation
Well, I appreciate the raid,
failed.
Douglas. That's
Unable
awesome.
to comply.
Here, I'll collapse my webcam a little while Sonic's gone. Navigation systems, huh? I could probably fix you up.
That's not bad work, ma'am. You done this before?
Navigation systems.
Big fan of Japanese whiskey. Yeah, Japanese whiskeys have been winning like best whiskey of the year regularly.
Initiating self-diagnostic.
Also Canadian. Oh man, I for sure thought there was a sneeze coming there, and then it disappeared. What a bitch it was to get my paperwork and COVID test sorted just to get to Tennessee to come back home. Yeah, that's does sound like a pain in the ass. Oh man. Well, that's sick. The idea of like a roller coaster tycoon game that has added like, you know, quality of life stuff and features and runs correctly is kind of a tempting idea. That might be something to mess with on a future stream. I'm intrigued by that. At least you can get into Oklahoma without vaccination and testing. Yeah, some places have very low standards, fortunately. Whoa, hey, don't you owe me something for the repairs?
Spacer's Choice reminds all colonists that serving the Spacer's Choice family is the highest possible reward. I have been programmed to deliver this pre-approved message.
This is ridiculous. I'm done.
Kelly had a good chunk of veg.
Self-diagnostics initiated. Please do not disturb.
Do on her, judge on back.
Self-diagnostics.
I don't quite understand what this thing's doing now. You repaired the mechanical scout, which was just lost due to a dislodged navigation module. You should return to Ludwig. Oh, maybe I have to do like more trips back to it and to like fix it up or whatever. Weird. Literally not even a week later, Scotland decided you didn't need a test to return back to the country. Oh, Jesus. That's intense. Ended up with a whole fucking adventure getting my COVID test done to get back to Scotland. I bet. I bet. I mean, the nice thing about that is at least you had an adventure, right? Adventures are fun.
I like adventures.
Everybody likes adventures.
So...
It was mainly pissed because it was stressful and also 150 bucks. Oof, that's not cheap. That sucks.
US dollars or like other? I'm assuming US dollars.
Yeah, she was in the States
That
and
makes
didn't
sense,
use
then.
a pound sign.
Okay.
That is the only logical thing to guess.
Many countries use the word dollars. Maybe it was Australian dollars.
Bring us
Yes. Well, she would have said dollary dues. Wasn't happy about it. You don't have to worry about that scout anymore.
You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its head case? Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you
got some
are
XP.
one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer. A weapon to strike fear in their cold
You're cute.
mechanical hearts.
Disagree. You're a babe.
Cantina, lavatory.
I want to take tomorrow off.
Behind
Do it.
one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years.
100%. You hid your secret weapon in a lavatory?
Hi, Kimberly's dad.
Sharp,
How's
ain't
Kim
it?
doing?
The lavatory is the very last place
really
a
fun to watch
mechanical
stream.
has
She's really
need
great.
to enter.
Oh, hi. She would have said kangaroo skins if it was ours. No, it's dollar
See her,
reduce.
tell her that Sonnet says hi.
On the double soldier.
And that she thinks that she's lovely, and that she thinks that she's a really personable and wonderful person to watch, and that she's great at what she does.
Kim's good people, it's true.
Oh yeah, the fence has been done for a while.
I didn't manage to catch most of her stream. I caught the 25 minutes of starting soon, and then the first like 5 or 10 minutes of the stream itself. But hopefully she ended up getting that snack or meal or whatever it was that was promised her. Apparently that was a thing.
That sounds extremely stressful. I'm so sorry, Black Roses. Was Senator, like, pretty chill about the whole thing?
Literally
Like,
sorted that test out
fun?
4 hours before your flight. So stressful sitting in the clinic waiting to get it done. Took an hour to get to us. Yeah, that sounds like a whole thing. Brutal. Absolutely freaking brutal. Any other quests? Man, it sucks that you can't have multiple quests active at once. That's one really annoying little thing, you know what I mean?
I know Rox is having a lot of fun, but I legitimately really want to continue my rant about Hatshepsut.
Oh yeah, right, this area.
Okay.
Did y'all finish the fence? Yeah, I mean, it's constructed, yeah, we'll probably leave it for a season and then
Oh, hi, Kim.
probably stain it, maybe paint it. Still haven't decided.
Talking you up to your dad, probably. Like, no big deal.
Forgot to
You
feed the
missed
pet
it,
still right
though,
after it
Kim.
went
I was
live.
in a bathing suit. I tried on my new bathing suit on stream. It's pretty
Started
cute.
getting worried like the last little while, but also he's chill about most things, so he handled it better to me. He may have made a joke. Imagine if your test comes back positive like 3 hours before my flight.
Wow.
I mean, you know, you gotta plan for the worst, hope for the best, you know? Alright, we're gonna go in here and find the thing that we have been told to find by someone. Literal only thing I know about the subject is that Egypt exists. It does exist. I have heard that. It's not just a rumor. Walked by. Dad was watching you guys.
We ended with, she was 10 years old. She was like one of the biggest priestesses in Europe. In Egypt.
That's what VODs are
She was
for.
in Egypt.
I'm gonna edit just that part out of the VOD. Just to spite you. I'll make it a highlight that can only be seen by everyone but Kim. I'll find a way to make an exclusion.
Anyway, so
Pizza and walking the dog. God damn. Crushing it.
Anyway, so she was 10-year-old priestess. Her dad probably was talking to her, which is super rare for one of his daughters. She was not incest because her dad like took over the throne from another incest person, and I guess she was technically incest because she was still probably from like a second cousin or something. She was far less incest than like the generations of incest the previous dynasty was. Practically a normal person. Then her oldest brother, tragic.
Damn, this thing's burst fire is kind of weird.
So her second brother, she's like, alright, it's fine. Marry the second brother. Second brother died. Right about the same time her dad did. Suddenly, there are no male heirs to the throne. There needs to be male heirs to the throne. That's made extremely clear. Isis and Osiris, there must always be both. Pharaoh cannot take over without a wife. There's no such thing as a female pharaoh. She was the first. Spoiler! So.
Oh, you left your passport there? Jesus.
What does she do? Here we go. Cookie. She's been literally, as I said, one of the most educated people possible by the time she's 10 years old. She has been crazy educated. They've been working on her since she was 3 years old. She knows how to speak probably multiple languages. She knows how to do math. She knows how to do absolutely everything. She has a really strong handle on things. She has a sea of brothers and sisters who are from lesser wives. So lesser wives were people who were like the war ministers.
Have an awesome night, flying turtles.
Like
Appreciate you hanging out.
Like different background.
Sleep well.
Not directly related to the pharaoh, which is the ones you're supposed to use. Always related to the pharaoh. So she has to choose a half sibling.
Whoops. Oh, fuck me, man.
Husband, in a sense. And the reason she has to choose it is because she is the god's wife of Amen. So she has the fucking power. I think she was probably 12, 13 when this happened, actually. So it's like not when she was 10. When she was 10 is when she became like this powerful.
Luckily, you remember pretty
2
quick,
years later.
and you're still working on your test results. Also,
dad
left the
died
negative test papers in his car. Oh no! It's a comedy of errors.
So she then does this thing where she has to choose.
What is this weird little chittering sound I hear?
Amun-Ra would choose to be her husband. So she went out, looked at each of her brothers, and more importantly, because as I pointed out earlier, The mothers are a big deal. Looked at their mothers. And she made a big show and chose a male who looked healthy enough, I'm sure, whose mother was not important. And this is important because, so, there's a certain, like, hierarchy of importance in Egyptian politics, right? So, the mother, like, she was maybe even, like, overly attractive flippin' slave girl or something. Like, we don't know exactly who she was. We just know she was not important enough to make the records. She was not, like, the war minister's daughter. She was not the finance minister's daughter. She was not an important person. So suddenly, this woman who has zero interest in politics is thrust into the spotlight as Pharaoh's mother, which is technically more important than Pharaoh's first wife.
Borrow a key card from the
So what do they
director
do?
or one of the workers on the second floor. That's good to know.
She takes over. Quite bluntly, she just takes the fuck over. She takes over surprisingly early. She's like, oh, it's okay. I know you're not ready to be Pharaoh. I've kind of been trained for this my entire goddamn life. She's like 12. at this
24
point, by the
hours
way.
there were just stressful. Like American Airlines also didn't check you in. Jesus. Yeah, it sounds like a pretty rough time. I mean, hopefully the rest of the trip was worth, you know, fucking 24 hours of raw stress, but I'm sorry to hear
I
that
guess
it,
you just live in
you
the
know,
US
was such a
now, so I'm
clusterfuck at the
hearing,
end.
like, this is where you live now. Anyway.
Sawed up shotgun.
Sorry. So, God's wife of Emma. Married to a new kind of nobody. His big claim to fame is that he's probably the Pharaoh's son. Once again, probably, because back in the day, who knows? They did not have sex tests. So she chooses a husband who's weaker, but she doesn't choose it. No, sorry. Amun-Ra chooses a husband who's politically weaker. Physically looks fine.
It's weird to have a physical
weaker.
bar on a door that opens into the walls. That's like kind of random and arbitrary.
Yeah, so
I don't really get that.
then, sorry, someone told me they actually cared about my rant, so I'm gonna keep going because I'm having fun. Then she
Had enough whiskey the last night to not care about the stress. Nice. That's good to hear.
thanks, Hungy.
Hey, I got enough hack to
legitimately love these
encode
rants.
a key card.
She gets to work. What does she do? She has sex with her husband at like 12, 13. Like, I'm talking they were not old enough to be doing this. But back then they were. And as part of our jobs as Godwife of Emman, I'm not even kidding, you can look this up. Part of her job was to know how to do fellatio on a statue, as well as how to, like, get off the God's wife of Emman. It's fucked up. It's like, what the fuck were you doing teaching kids to do this shit? It's like, no, it's fine. She's, like, pretty much a goddess herself. Upper class. Lower class would never have been expected to have sex this young. Weird double standard. So she bangs her husband a bunch. Yeah, we're talking about Hatshepsut and her fucked up childhood. So she bangs her husband who's definitely not ready for it. She's arguably ready for it, but like only because of culture. She's obviously a virgin, but she's had sex with the statue, so she's fine, right? Yeah, we're good. Anyway, that's fucked up. Then she we're not sure exactly how many kids she had that didn't make it. So is it Egypt didn't keep records on kids like under 2. Under 2 just didn't even make the records, pretty much. Like, it didn't matter. Yeah, no, it's a what the fuck moment for sure. What was going on with Hatshepsut? So she ends up having a child whose name starts with an N, like Nefertiti, something like that. Nefertiti, something like that. That's a big deal one. That's actually the one that kind of changes history. She has a kid that's kind of important. Now here's an interesting thing as well about ancient Egypt, by the way. They, I don't know how, understood it was actually the man's fault if you didn't have the right gender of child. So obviously she was the only wife that was worth anything. She was the only one who was like high status enough to give him his female heir. And apparently he kept having girls. He had boys with other wives, or he kept having girls. It was a big fucking deal. It turned people against him. But it's okay. Everyone loved her. She had been so sound and so good in political decisions. Like, we're doing 15, 16, 17, 18, like breastfeeding, like doing this. Well, she would never breastfed, I'm lying, because she's too high class. They would have kept this child right off. But she would have been like, so she had multiple female children, probably, is from what I can tell. Male children who didn't make it past. So, yeah. She and her husband didn't make it too late either. From what I remember, he only made it to like 17, 18. So he only made it like 5-6 years after becoming pharaoh. Then this weird thing happened where they really didn't know what to do. Egypt's like, what the fuck? We have no one who's fit to rule. And Hatshepsut raised her little hand like, one person's fit to rule. So she became the kind of adoptive mother of one of his kids. Again, Amen-Ra spoke through her and helped her choose which kid it was. Because, of course, since he didn't have any direct siblings who were, like, important enough, it was this weird situation. Like, really, honestly, Hatshepsut really worked the system pretty good. She chose a nephew, officially, I guess. Nephew's a strong word. They're pretty fucking related. To be the successor to marry to her daughter. So they got married, of course, as is tradition. And then she put a big hand in raising him. Now, the big thing Hatshepsut was not allowed to do was be a goddamn military commander. Hatshepsut was not allowed to be a military commander because she was a woman. She was not allowed to ride a chariot. She's not allowed to drive horses. She's not allowed to do any of that shit. So she chose the fucking strongest boy she saw to be the next military commander, pharaoh. And then, so she was pharaoh until he was old enough to take over pharaohhood from her. But she chose intelligently in the sense that the boy just wanted to keep warring. So during her reign, before the boy would have been old enough, before he hit 20 or whatever, she was like the master negotiator. She was insane. She opened trade routes for Egypt that had never been opened before. She really like birthed Egypt as a fucking civilization to be reckoned with. She did insane shit. Like she worked with so many people and did crazy shit. Then she suddenly had a fucking pharaoh to be her army commander. And she was like, you know what? How about I run Egypt? Well, you go have fun and fight some wars. And he was like, yes, because he was like, 18 or whatever. And he's like, please? She's like, yeah, no, I got this. So she kept running Egypt. Her daughter, of course, became God's wife of Amen when she took off the mantle. But the problem was, once again, him and her were not having boys. So for some reason, that happened again. Or maybe they did have a boy. This is where it gets a little complicated. The main problem with Hatshepsut is that so much of her background has been fucking erased. And there's a lot of theories why. And this is my favorite, so it's one I'm going to tell you.
You can go get fat food for the past 20 minutes that you're invested?
What happened was, Hatshepsut was extremely powerful. But she was also a fantastic aunt. Everything we saw, from what we kind of been able to decipher of the ruined shit, he loved his fucking aunt. She died, and he loved his fucking aunt. There were temples erected in her honor. That would have been his dime, not her dime. He fucking invested so much shit in her. Then what happened, though, is I think, personally, and some other people as well, Nerifti, the daughter that's the new head wife, tried to get the same power her mom had. Now by this point, this is like when the guy's like 30, 35, because she died pretty late back then. He kind of wanted to settle down and not war anymore. He wanted to go back and be pharaoh. He came back to be pharaoh, and there was this wife who was trying to be pharaoh. And the big problem was all the people were used to an extremely competent woman who had been making them richer than ever before. And her direct line descendant was suddenly doing this. I legitimately, we have a lot of proof that the pharaoh really loved her in the sense of the things he built for her. And then probably 5-10 years after her death, he tried to erase her. Her daughter Neriti just died. The daughter is gone. probably assassinated due to an attempt at coup. And then he did a thing where he made it so that the new god's wife of Amen had less power. He stripped a priestess of their power because, honestly, he was probably told to by men who were also like Minister of Finance, Minister of War, Minister of Economics, whatever. We're all like, yeah, this happened, that was bad. Straight up, she fucking changed fucking Egypt. They should never have. Whatever the fuck she did, make that happen again. It was huge, but he ended up following their lead, stripping that position of its power, which is in some ways fine because whatever religion. But then yeah, and then there's a theory that there was a lot of cult uprising about her because she would have, the whole idea of when you die then you become a god, and so there's probably a large amount of cult uprising about her and who she was, and so she was erased from history, sort of, except we found her because we're smart, because there's hints everywhere about her, and we know so much about her now because of people like Karakuni, who I was gonna go fucking see. I'm still mad about goddamn COVID. I was supposed to see her in like fucking May of 2019. I had a whole plan. It was my first night without Cal, and I invited my mother-in-law, Rox's mom, to go with me, and I gave her the book that I read about this. I've read a book about this, if you can't fucking tell. And Karakuni is amazing. She's great. Look her up. She's great. And yeah, apparently she's coming back to town, and maybe I should look into getting tickets again. I don't know. Still bitter. Still bitter about the fact I couldn't go. I don't know what to bring with me. I should get the book again and just like hand to my downstairs neighbor and make her go with me. She'd like it. I don't know what to do. But anyway, Hatshepsut was fucking powerful. She was such a big fucking deal of what she did. And I like have a little headcanon myself where it's like, because we know the pharaoh must have talked to her because of the sheer amount of education she was getting. Like, I've thought about this, and I think it would make an amazing goddamn TV series. Like showing this kid, like, going to talk to her dad, and her dad being like, yeah, I don't normally talk to the girls. All right, so they tell me you're smarter than average, and her being like, yeah. I'm like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy what she fucking went through, especially when you look at the sheer amount of death due to disease and all this sort of thing. She survived crazy shit, and she survived to relatively late. Like, I think she made it to almost her 60s or something like that. Like, she made it... No. Maybe she did, actually. Now I've got to think about this. She made it surprisingly late for that time period. And she also had a crazy legacy. She did so much for Egypt. She did so much for Egypt's trade, especially. She was apparently an amazing statesman and an amazing person at talking to people who spoke several languages. She just...
You'd have to adjust the ages for the TV show, very much so.
Oh my god, I already thought about that too, Cam. You'd have to adjust the ages so fucking hard, yeah. This 10-year-old girl has been taught how to fillet a statue to pleasure her future husband, who might be her dad, or maybe her brother. Okay, we're gonna edit that a little.
It's like Old Boy, the US remake. It's like they made like they changed the age gap quite a bit between the characters in the movie Old Boy for the American audience, from what I understand. I didn't watch it because Old Boy is
This is a snap shirt. I apologize in advance for everyone who saw things they didn't want to see.
Didn't want to see, yeah.
What's the thing?
I think like the original Old Boy is such like a classic movie that changing it just seems kind of crazy to me.
Well, don't fucking remake it. Why did they decide to remake it?
Yes.
Like, that's the part
Correct.
that offended me. I've
That's
never
the
seen
strange
it.
part.
100%, because I'm like, why the fuck would you remake that? I don't give a shit. No, Douglas Quaid, fucking make a better fucking movie.
Money indeed.
Yeah, so tune in Monday when I rant about Eleanor of Aquitaine. Oh, I will rant hard about Eleanor of Aquitaine. I have strong opinions.
Just
don't
want Roxy banned from Twitch. There is that.
Is pretty great. I think she was from what we know about what she did in her reign, she kind of just like expanded every border. She was kind of a big fucking deal. She'd made crazy alliances all over the place. Anyone who wouldn't ally with her, she obviously couldn't do anything at the time, and she fucking stewed on it. She held on to it. And then the moment she had that, like, you know, nephew who was all like, oh, you just want to go fight things. Well, you know who's been pissing me off? Go take care of that, would you? Thank you. Auntie says love you. Like, I think that her and her nephew probably had a really good relationship from everything I've seen. Like, they would have had to work together on all kinds of shit. The fact that he had to erase her from history, I think would make, once again, really good fucking TV. It'd be, like, heartbreaking for him to have to erase her from history because, like, that's a really big deal to Egyptians. Like, for people to talk you into erasing someone who would have been pretty much your real, like, your second mother or your real mother, like, you're the person who fucking raised you, because his mother would 100% have had no idea what to do in politics. She would have, every idea he would have had, every tutor he would have had, everything he would have done, would have kind of been moved by her. She was in fucking charge. She was the old wife, but she was still God's wife of Amen. So she was the wife of Amun-Ra, as well as the wife of the pharaoh, but the pharaoh had died, and she couldn't remarry to the new pharaoh because he's, 3 or whatever. They had some rules. Apparently, you couldn't marry a 3-year-old.
Like, you see money by making it
when
written for
you
your
were
film.
of age to have sex.
Remember that absolutely beautiful... Yeah, the fucking... That fight with the hammer is probably one of the most impressive scenes in that entire movie. Was that, like, not in the remake? Like I said, I didn't watch it. Which, it's a shame, because it's Spike Jonze, who's, like, known for making good movies. He's a very respected filmmaker, but... it just seems insane to remake a movie that's considered, it's like in the top 250 on IMDb, some of the best movies ever made. Like, why would you remake anything on that list? It's like, oh, you know what we really need is like we need sort of a modern take of The Godfather, or it's just
Let's
crazy.
remake Duck Soup. Anyway, I went way older than Rox did.
We could really use a new Shawshank Redemption,
Don't worry, it's coming. But yeah, no, she, I think she was probably ridiculously important, and it's one of those downsides of, it's not the only case, like there's the case of the warring queens in the 8th century of France, where you get these cases of women who are extremely, I mean, Kim, you'd be great in it. Which part are you playing? Like, it's this thing where
this battle is also going to be one where people can get
no fucking effects in it.
200 gold chunk. So if anybody wants to spend some channel points, they can get some extra rewards. There we go. That is the chunk of units I'm going to haste at the start of this battle. Yo, Onyx 420 TV, welcome on in. How are you this evening? Black Roses grabbing the reward, nice. I could see certain movies being remade for the effects, but Old Boy, no. Yeah, it's just crazy. I'd like to be in the Duck Soup remake. Yeah, I think it's crazy to just remake, like, one of the best movies of all time. It just seems insane. It's like, oh, we got to remake it for an American audience. Like, Americans know how to read subtitles. At this point, America's a generation of people who grew up on anime. And most people are subs, not dubs. So I wouldn't worry too much about it.
No, God.
Tass, what's shaking, my dude?
Hi, Tass.
It's been a minute.
Drinking, and you just missed an amazing rant. Oh, hello, Onyx. You also missed it. An amazing rant from me, all about my strong opinions about strong queens of history, aka pharaohs, aka Hatshepsut, the pharaoh.
Indeed.
I'm sure Rox learned nothing, because I've ranted all of this about him when I was reading one of 2 books about him.
Yo, thank you for the follow, Onyx. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Onyx.
Welcome. Are you
Onyx 420, I'm assuming you like black things that are about 420 feet high. Yes.
Out of curiosity, did you come across the game because you're a fan of the Outer Worlds? Have you played this game before, or did you stumble upon my channel
think I would.
from like a
I don't know. The Marx Brothers are just so out there for me.
like a raid or a host or something?
Playing? I don't know. I love the Marx Brothers. I think they're quite important to comedy, but
What is wild about this gun?
Really my thing. Like now.
Remake original Matrix with all new actors. Too late. The Wachowskis beat you to it. Would you want to play in Duck Soup remake? I've not seen Duck Soup. I know it's a classic, and it's a
pretty old school comedy. Yeah, it's featuring
what's
the
his
Marx
name?
Brothers.
Yeah.
It's all the Marx Brothers, like all four of them.
Yes. Yeah, I've not seen it. I'd play Karl Marx. Movies that would highly benefit from newer special effects, I'm all for. Remaking a movie for the sake of remaking a movie is just a waste of money. Is it worth making it for newer special effects?
Even
Like,
the special effects,
just
I agree with
just enjoy it. Just
like
sit back, enjoy it for what it is.
Things are shitty. It's fine. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, okay, Alien 3. Maybe just don't remake the movie. Redo the special effects. Just. We have the technology.
Oh, I guess. Then you start getting into, you know, fucking Star Wars territory.
Yeah, we do go into Star Wars territory. But at least we'll be waiting long enough, like, unlike Lucas.
Lucas went mad with CGI power.
Oh yeah, straight up task.
Way before the technology was ready.
This whole concept of like, well, Han's a beat.
You were in the raid? Nice. Welcome in.
Why the fuck can't a good person shoot first? That also annoys me.
Yeah, Han did factually shoot first.
I'm sorry, Hungy.
Oh, you can't break windows. Fuck that.
Have you not seen them yet? Is this spoiler territory?
Yeah, I'd hate to spoil a 50-year-old movie for you. Depends on the quality if it was meant to be campy or not.
It's okay for them to have a character arc, and also a good person can shoot first if they are aware the other person's going to shoot.
A movie that's not expected to be campy and then has effects that dated poorly just becomes campy. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It changes how the movie is watched, but it's still like if the movie was you know great to begin with, then it'll still be great.
Okay, so like an example, I'm sure you all know.
I mean, don't do him dirty like CGI. Yeah, totally. That's a thing. Also okay for him to have a character arc. Yeah, it's okay for characters to like learn and grow, develop throughout the course of a series. That's an all right thing to do sometimes.
But so
fucking crazy.
I watched Farscape with a friend of mine who had never seen Farscape. No, so there is a little bit of CGI, bad 90s CGI in it.
Yeah, classic Henson movies. God damn, they age so well.
Exactly.
They age so well.
Every alien in it, it's Henson. They didn't CGI the aliens. Anything close up with the actors, they just used puppets. Aged surprisingly well. She's like, oh, I was worried about this from the 90s.
Like the first two Alien movies look so fucking amazing even today, and then Alien 3, when they like learned what CG was, it's like, oh, that's unfortunate. That looks so bad. Hate CGI so much.
CGI can be
Agreed.
used really, really well, but it's used super sparingly. Like
It can, or you could just not use it.
you could just not use it, but you could use it. Like a good example, in a way, would be almost Mad Max Fury Road. CGI is
Fury Road was
present
great.
in it.
They didn't need to use it though. They could have used practical effects. It would have still looked great. Sure, they could have. Absolutely. People have done far more with far less. Absolutely. You could do anything with practical effects if you commit to the idea and you hire the right people. But, you know, they just farm that work out to the lowest bidder. And fortunately, Fury Road, you know, was made in such a way that they, you know,
Well, they used it very sparingly.
used a minimalist approach to what was going to get touched up with CG. But it's still, you know,
It's still
I think
noticeable.
that it's...
And it's going to age poorly, I agree.
It's just a thing that they didn't need to. No movie has to.
I think that'll be a fun one to show Cal when she's like, I don't know, 12, and then she like wants to be Furiosa for Halloween. I'll be great.
My namesake. It's all practical and looks beautiful. Yeah, it's what's the fucking Quaid? Yeah, that's the one. The reactor.
Sorry, I knew, and
It's
I
been a
didn't
long
want to say
time.
it early because I didn't want to like interrupt him, and then
I know there was
what's the
a
name? I'm like, oh,
remake of that movie. I don't remember the remake at all. It had Colin.
Farrell, Colin Firth, Colin.
Yes.
Colin Firth and Colin
We don't
Farrell
talk
look
about the
very different
remake.
people.
Practical effects are a lost art when you can whitewash everything with CGI. They're becoming a lost art. It's fucking
Henson Company
sad.
still exists.
Sad to see.
Oh my god, did everyone see that thing I posted? I don't expect everyone to follow Roxy
CGI was the
sister,
only thing I
but
disliked about the live action Aladdin. I didn't watch that.
Never seen it.
To be fair, but I do like that Will Smith plays a genie. That like
That's good casting.
the fact that that was a big point of contention for some people. I was like, that's fucking wild. Like I can't imagine being against that idea. I mean, like, I understand, like, no matter who it is, if you're a fan of Robin Williams at all, like, I can understand just being like, you know, well, you can't recast Robin Williams. And that's true. You cannot recast Robin Williams. It's just absolutely a fact. But if you're going to remake the movie, then that's what you're doing. You're, you know, in for a penny. So you got to find someone. So, like, whatever, right? No matter who steps into those shoes, there's going to be a lot of people who are pissed.
Nathan Lane would have been fun.
He's not a great singer. Rip. Boy, for someone whose career was a musician for quite some time. But it was fun. Well, that's good to hear. Rappist, yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. He can rap just fine.
Exactly. Rap's
Yeah,
great.
he can talk, sing.
Now.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, he's not a great singer, but he can rap. Those are two different skill sets. One is speaking and one is singing.
Anyway.
Thing about
me on
rapping is
Monday
you don't
when
need to
I,
hit registers. You know, you don't.
absolutely rant about Eleanor of Aquitaine, or perhaps other medieval queens. I have strong opinions about many women in history. Oh my god, Catherine the Great. I have opinions. That was some more. Hildegard from Bingen. There are some extremely important. Oh my god, I thought of some others. There's some really, really important women in history that I think are just fucking. Hypatia!
Yeah,
Okay.
two different skill sets for sure.
There's some
Tried to watch
really,
it, you
really
gave up?
important women in history that
What did you not like about it,
Boudica,
out of curiosity?
that are kind of scrubbed.
No
And-
spoilers, please. I haven't seen it yet.
Well, no, one of the interesting things, though, Hungy, is that a large amount of historical people's histories have been kind of erased. I mean, a good example would be Boudica, where the only reason we know anything about her at all is because of the fucking Romans.
Yeah, a lot of historical
Who were
events
her enemies.
and people have been either kind of mythologized or like often really whitewashed, you know, like
Well, Boudica was white
to a
AF,
point where it's
to be fair.
like, yeah, I'm not referring to a specific thing. I'm just saying in general, history is that way. Just preparing to start winding down a little bit. Unless you feel that there's still more vino to get through, but
No, it's just, I got lost in,
I'm thinking it's getting close to midnight.
Oh, I was still talking. Okay.
We should probably start winding down a little bit. So I was thinking that we'd go and look at potential folks to raid. And I see that Jeff is currently playing Skyrim. If folks want
Skyrim,
to
weird.
join me on a raid, that would be amazing.
Oh, D&D.
I always appreciate
When
that.
does D&D happen, guys? What you should tell us. You should tell us all when D&D happens. I don't know when D&D
then-
happens.
The nice thing about a raid is that you get channel points, which is nice. You know, Twitch's built-in channel points, but also channel currency, and that can be spent on like subscriptions and Steam games and shit like that. So you get a lot of rewards for raids, which is nice.
I'm really behind because you guys gave me a lot of time. Straight up, your guys' next one's February 6th? That's so long.
So we could go and hang out with Jeff, who is currently playing some Skyrim, or Peter, who is currently playing some Dark Souls, or Duckfunker, who's currently playing some Dark Souls too. They're all good folks. Jeff has been a really amazing, you know, sort of part of the community for quite a while. He was very, very generous. Has gifted a lot of subs and stuff. So I was thinking about going and raiding him.
Jeff Old School. Fucking do it. Wife says
Yeah,
Jeff.
scheduling is real tough. Unfortunately, it's going to be 4 weeks between our D&D sessions this time. Hopefully we won't have to wait that long for the next one, but we shall see. Bears.
I feel
Bears
bad, 'cause, like,
beats Battlestar Galactica. So yeah, Jeff's got a pretty minimalist setup. He's fairly new to streaming, but he's like a big part of a lot of different communities and like just super nice, super generous. So yeah, he's rocking some Skyrim right now.
He's got some
And he's, I believe, playing it for the first time. So that's kind of exciting. So let's go and wish him luck on his Skyrim adventure. If you feel like copy-pasting a raid message, we have a couple of those. One with all of our amazing, adorable little rock emotes, and one with global emotes for those who don't happen to have a subscription. And so, yeah, feel free to copy-paste one of those, or make your own with all the emotes from, you know, whatever, your own channels, the channels that you love, or even the channels that you hate. Fuck it, you know, maybe you spite subscribed to some channels.
Sometimes you spite subscribe just for the fucking emotes. I've been there.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta be a mad sub. If anybody is interested, I'm going to be streaming the next 2 days as well. The next 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, I might be doing Skyrim Sunday again, but I haven't really decided for sure. If I do...
I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons with flying turtles.
Then I think Skyrim...
And, like, any other woman who has kids who wants to join.
Sunday is going to be a day of playing, doing quests that we haven't done before. There's a few quest lines that I haven't actually done that I realized the other day. Anyway, sleep well. The raid's about to fire.
I think he's just rocks in my
Sleep well and stay hydrated. I'll catch you guys next time.